Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Monday Sound Stream, which is extra super because it's Superman Review Day, which will be no spoilers for anyone wondering because, movie just came out. And we also have some news. There's also some news. There's going to be a lot of Superman, though, just fair warning. Anyways, welcome to my full panel group of friends. Here we got Ryan in one corner. Say hi.
Do you feel vindicated now as a Mr. Terrific fan, Soundout?
As a Mr. Terrific fan, I feel very vindicated, and we will get to that. We got Kaus in another corner, who's convinced to see the movie
Yes,
now.
I feel terrific as a Mr. Vindicated fan.
Yes. And Wheels is here early today, which is awesome. It was a nice surprise.
Nah.
Yeah. So yeah, the show layout today is, as you can see.
Are we the Sound Gang?
I think we're the Sound Gang.
Crew, but
I got Kyle shouting in the chat, Mr. Terrific is the coolest guy I've ever seen in my life. A sentiment I have seen many times over the weekend and the last week, and I feel insanely vindicated. Also, shout out to Master Ben 95. He helped get me the Platinum Chase variant of the Mr. Terrific figure that's in the Justice League Action colors. So that's
nice.
on its way. So I'm excited about that because, as you guys know, I am Justice League Action's strongest soldier. The yellow Mexico filter's back. I can't turn it off. It's there. It was, what was it, on Saturday? It was looking like that outside. And I was like, what is going on?
I'm convinced the yellow filter is your crisis event at this point.
At this point. I mean, we got a good DC movie that's doing well at the box office. We're obviously in a crisis event. There's a lot to talk about with the movie. But before we do that, I do want to highlight last week on the channel because it was Superman week on the channel.
It was super weak.
It was super weak, and I got to tell you guys,
Was it?
I appreciate everybody's support on this because what am I trying to say? First of all, Mr. Kaiju 84 said Mr. Terrific was terrific, and so was the movie. I've been using the word terrific to describe this movie a lot. And it's not just personal bias, but
say that again.
Yeah, exactly. So anyways, I want to say to everyone help that watch the Superman Week stuff, really appreciate it because, sometimes people are like, oh, you do YouTube for a living. That's not a real job. I worked 50 hours last week on all this. Don't tell me about this wasn't a real job. Anyways, point being, we did Superman Action Figure Evolution, which did pretty good. The Superman viewing guide did very good with Ryan did the thumbnail artwork, which looks beautiful.
Thank you. I see some. I saw some kind comments.
Yeah.
Praise and artwork. Thank you, all for that. That was a passionate work piece, and I'm really glad everybody liked it. Also, it was super. I read some of the comments earlier today. Some great comments on that video. So actually,
and some people also being like, you should put this here and this here, and I'm like, that's the discussion I love to see.
Super chat from Toma. Hello, G-Fest was very cool. Had a couple minus PTS
points.
Points.
Yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed G-Fest. We have some G-Fest news to cover for Ultraman later. As part of Superman Week.
I was the one to
Which
tell
one?
you because Toma told me.
Which Ultraman? The one for Earth 3 or the one from M78?
The Japanese one. Anyways. Also last week, there was 2 shorts on the action figure evolutions for Mr. Terrific and Metamorpho, and for Guy Gardner and Kendra Saunders, because they had a lot less toys. So I was like, let's just do them as shorts. As you can see, the Mr. Terrific short, insanely overperformed.
I told you. Thank you, movie. Thank you, Mr. Gunn.
Thank you, movie. Because I don't think Metamorpho was the one pumping the view count this high. It would have been nice to have my hot girl for that video for the Spin Master, but she showed up yesterday, so she missed the deadline by a couple days.
So did Guy not get Brave and the Bold action figure?
Guy did not get a Brave and the Bold action figure. I checked. I looked.
That's weird. He was the main Green Lantern that series.
Yeah, the only Green Lantern that got a figure was Hal Jordan in that weird Target line that was New 52 based.
New 52? Okay.
They didn't do any other Green Lantern figures, and I don't know why, but I think they were saving them for the movie.
Yeah, it might be a classic embargo because the Brave and the Bold line had that weird snap and click gimmick, and you need it that'd be perfect for a Green Lantern line, but no.
I looked around, I couldn't find any Green Lanterns for that, which is so strange. Brave and the Bold line had a lot of huge gaps, but Yeah, and there was some people that commented, and they're like, wasn't there a Justice League Unlimited Hawkgirl figure? I'm like, yes, but that was Shayera Hall, not
Shayera.
Kendra Saunders. Yeah.
There's a difference.
So, anyways, the Superman week, I would say, is pretty successful. There'll be another Superman short tomorrow, because now that I have Hawkgirl, I was like, well, let me look at the rest of the Spin Master figures, so that'll be, like, tomorrow's short. So, technically, Superman week was, like, a little bit over a week, but, like, whatever. It was fun, so.
Superman week addendum.
Yes. And on that note, this week's videos are going to be, like, I think it's, what did I have scheduled this week? I have an unboxing, and I have a Blu-ray haul. So that way I don't work 50 hours this week.
Question: will you do a Fantastic Four week when that movie comes out?
Yes. I'm going to do a Fantastic Four week with...
Because you have the viewing guide. But
viewing guide. There'll be, the Wednesday video will be Fantastic Four team members in Marvel Legends. Because there's other members of the Fantastic Four that aren't Reed, Sue, Johnny, Ben.
Yeah, because I was thinking you could easily make the shorts, Johnny, Sue, Ben, Grimm, Ben, Johnny, that like you did with the Super Week.
I was trying to figure, because I wasn't sure if I want to do Action Figure Evolution for them again, or something else, because I got the Marvel Legends wave coming in, so that's going to need a review. So I'm thinking I'm going to hold that for Fantastic Four week. But we'll see, but basically, like, it's going to be like, kind of similar. It's like toy video, viewing guide. The Fantastic Four viewing guide is going to be much shorter. It's 5 cartoons, 4 movies, 5 cartoons, 5 movies, and like a couple guest appearances, and that's it.
I think it's Fantastic Four is next week or the next 2 weeks.
It's 2 weeks, so not this week, but next week.
Okay, I might have time to draw another thumbnail for that one. I already have the idea for that thumbnail, but I was wondering, like, do I have enough time? And that's the case.
Yeah, I think you do, because like this week, that's why this week I'm going to like put out like unboxing and Blu-ray haul. Take the rest of the week off. Then next week, like, hit Fantastic Four week, because it's going to be a lot. It's going to be more work than normal week, but like not as much work as Superman week. Superman week was insane.
Well, so with the team, the other, like, reserve Fantastic Four members, how many are there? Because you could make the Wednesday video the main team Action Figure Evolution, and then the Tuesday, and then the legend review.
There's enough of them to make a full video. Because yeah, and it's a lot of figures, and also the thing with Action Figure Evolution for Fantastic Four, it would have to be like Superman, where I pick certain ones. I couldn't do them all because there's been too many. Master Ben 95 says, favorite depiction of Mr. Terrific, you say Superman 2025, you're fired. Okay, outside of Superman 2025, Mr. Terrific and Justice League versus the Fatal Five.
That's
I risked copyright to put a clip of that into my damn Superman guide, so...
Yes. Hey, look, the video's long enough. You can hide it.
Exactly. I also didn't use the audio, so I was like, yeah, I'll be fine.
Also, I saw my friends who I shared the video with were super creeped out by Super Pups when they got to that part of the video.
I wanted to traumatize a generation with Super Pup, like I was traumatized when I first learned about it on the damn Superman DVD set. When it's just like, oh, Adventures of Super Pup, no context, you hit play, and then you're just like, what?
Is this the dog like getting beaten to death or something like that? I need to be
No,
aware
it's furry. It's furry.
It's Fursuit Superman from 1957. It's 57, 56, I think. They're like, we can't do more George Reeves Superman for real life reasons. And then they're like, what if we do it as dogs? Yeah.
Wonder why they couldn't do it for real life reasons.
Yeah, I know. I can't talk about it. Master Ben says, like, canceled for saying Arrowverse. Arrowverse Mr. Terrific, I think, is a great character. He's just not he's literally not the same person as Mr. Terrific and everything else. It's literally a different person. And Common Jojo says, from whatever comics is Mr. Terrific from? So, Mr. Terrific debuted in the late 90s in John Ostrander's The Spectre run. His origin story is actually really tied into the Spectre storyline at the time, because the Spectre was kind of like wandering around and he was sort of helping people. And so the first time we see Mr. Terrific, who's Michael Holt in the comics, is he's on the edge of a bridge contemplating throwing himself off of it because he just lost his wife and his unborn child in an accident. And so he feels like he has nothing to live for. And the Spectre comes to him and tells him the story of Terry Sloan, the original Mr. Terrific from the Golden Age, who was on the Justice Society. And that story inspires Michael Holt to become the new Mr. Terrific for the modern age and to help people, and using his knowledge and his skills to be able to like help the people who need it most. And so that's kind of like, it's one of the coolest origins, because like, you know, a lot of times when they do like, you know, here's a Golden Age hero we've reinvented, it's like, oh, I knew that Golden Age hero. They were my mentor. Now I'm taking up the mantle. But in this case, it was like the Spectre literally comes to him and is like, hey, let me tell you about my friend. And the Spectre's like, I'm not telling you what to do. I'm gonna tell you a story about my friend. And it's such a great story. I just reread it like a couple weeks ago, and it's terrific. And then so that naturally put him onto the JSA in the late '90s, early 2000s
You
run.
know,
And
if you
now he's in
have
Justice League stuff.
if you
Yeah.
have a free spot, eventually you could do a terrific like reading guide, or
Yeah.
like you did with the Guardians video. Just
It's in the plans. And I kind of have, it's because it wouldn't be too hard either, because unfortunately, even in the comics, they've underutilized him. I think they've underutilized his potential for a long time now. He's only gotten his second solo book this year. He's been in part of teams. He led his own team, the Terrifics, but his only solo books was New 52 and Mr. Terrific Year 1 that's out right now.
Is that ongoing or a miniseries? Because
It's a miniseries. It's a 6 issue. But I'm kind of hoping maybe like there'll be a surge in sales because of the movie, and they'll just be like, it has to be a miniseries because it's like it's sort of retelling and expanding his origin.
Yeah.
But they could
So
probably
that
do
is-
like another series of the same creative team.
Oh, I mean that is a good. I mean that is a good book for people who want to get into the character. Then
Yes,
Is
it's
that-
like the perfect timing too that it's coming out right now. And the Terrifics has a complete collection
Second-
paperback coming out in like 2 weeks.
Oh, 2 weeks ago, because I do want to get that, because I
Yeah.
heard nothing but great things about the Terrifics, and oh my god, I mean, look, you have Metamorpho, Terrific, and Plastic Man on the same, and Phantom Girl on the same
Yes.
team. Like I want to read that.
Oh, exactly. Muteki says, were you able to get a DC Multiverse Platinum Mr. Terrific people found at Walmart? So the Red Platinum movie Mr. Terrific, I've had no luck with finding in stores. Someone left a comment on the YouTube short for Terrific and said Nerdzoic had him in stock, so I ordered one from Nerdzoic.
I saw him at GameStop once. I was tempted to pick it up for you, but didn't because of funds at the time.
Yeah, no, that's totally fair.
Such.
Yeah, it definitely, you know, it's the platinum stuff is annoying.
I think whoever decided that decision should do something fun, not knowing how popular the character would be.
Yeah, it was such a weird choice, and I mean it's also a weird choice. They just straight up didn't make Guy Gardner either.
I wonder if the lack of Cassandra and Guy were due to the comic collector. Like, what? Like, is there some kind of weird? Because comic Terrific came out last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, they came out and comic Guy and Cassandra came out this year.
Yeah.
Kendra came out this year, so there might be some weird like, oh, we can't do them because we already technically do that. We did those characters already this year under the the $30 price point scenario like that. I wonder if that's some weird rule with that.
It's got to be some weird thing. The one thing I can say about McFarlane Toys and their DC line circa 2025 is I just don't understand any of the decisions made. Because like if it was going to be like, oh, we can only do one Guy Gardner and one Kendra at retail this year, why was it not just the movie versions then? Because they tie into the movie. You know, like it's like you got one shot at the movie versions. You could do the comic versions whenever.
I mean, no matter what, there are gonna be new molds. No matter what, they have new molds.
It's very bizarre.
Shari had some reused parts. I know, but still, like there's still new parts on her. I know that.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's run down everybody in the chat, and then we'll talk about the movie because that's where we're at.
Welcome, Jeremy Carr.
Make the announcement at 6.
Okay, got it.
For me, please.
Yep.
Right. Welcome, Jeremy Carr, Spider-Man Prime, Zelchex, Master Ben, S4 Jason, Kaiju 1954, S4 Jason, my dad was Spiral, Paymaster, Blade Raider, Toma, Mateki, LPH, Kyle, Common Jojo, Cigar Ghost, Blade Raider, Forever One, 000, Psycho O's,
and we got LPH and Andreas.
Josh Farrick, and actually everybody, if I didn't shout
Benjamin
you out,
Wiseman.
Holler in the chat.
Yeah. All right. So let's check that. So let's talk about Superman. Oh, sorry. I got the poster for Mr. Terrific and his Super Friends up here instead. So let's see. Oh yeah.
Super chat for Jimmy's World. Regarding Superman franchise / reboot, will they keep making films at the end of time, or keep making films to squeeze as much money as possible?
Hollywood's a business, so money's always the goal. They will make Superman movies till the end of time because the character is just evergreen enough.
In terms of this incarnation, it's pretty much, I think, if Dave Cornswept wants to keep doing the role scenario, that's always gonna be the big thing about if this incarnation continues, if the actor wants to keep playing the role.
I think because at this point the two things that can kill a continuing role for a Superman is you either actor's done and quits, or movie makes no money. Luckily, this movie's on track to make money because I think they pulled in their production budget in the first weekend, which is great.
It's close. It was like, I think it was like, it made 17 million, and I think the budget was
the final number came in at 230 million, and production budget was 225. Marketing budget was about 100 million. So we're sitting at it's interesting because we'll talk about this in a moment. It basically hit the same exact almost the same exact box office as the Batman. Like, it's kind of scary. Like, they actually hit the same box office amount.
Speaking of that, if I had a nickel, speaking of that,
yeah.
If I had a nickel of a DC universe that can quote unquote begin with a Batman that's solo and then a timeless Gotham, and then a Superman thing that expands the world with other superheroes, 2 nickels, trying to happen twice.
Yep. DCAU is the template. Welcome, Counter64. Welcome, Logic Blaster. Toma says, I don't like that they keep doing reboots of origin stories. So, fun fact, no origin story in this movie. We're in like a year 3. Superman's been Superman for 3 years. James Gunn is also tired of the origin stories, which I 100% agree with. There are certain origin stories we've told many, many times over. The origin of Superman is still part of the story, but it's not like we start the movie on Krypton and we have to launch the damn baby again. Which reminds me a lot of the Batman, where we didn't have to start with the damn pearls in the street. So, already off to a great start. So we're going to talk spoiler-free, because one of the things that I appreciate is the fact that, like, I watched all the trailers for this movie, and yet I did not know, like, most of the plot.
Yep.
Which is awesome. Common Jojo, I'll address that in a minute, because I have a whole, like, mental segment for this. The thing I liked is that they hit a lot from the trailers. The movie itself is one of the things I really appreciate about it is that a lot of movies, particularly DC movies, a lot of comic movies, and particularly DC ones lately, feel the need to exposit about everything. I can't tell you how many DCEU movies start with an opening narration that just exposits on a bunch of stuff. Or, there's, like, the infamous line from Suicide Squad of, like, oh, this is Katana. If she hits you with her sword, it'll take your life. Like, yeah. We get that maybe once in this movie, and that's it. And I really appreciated it. Because...
What interesting, the film begins with a text... Not like a Star Wars crawl, but it just...
Starts with text,
It just telling you how, like, this is a world where metahumans existed. Like, no, like, it's not like, wasn't like metahumans were discovered just now. Like, no, this is a universe 3 years in. 3 years in, pretty much.
And that's the thing, is it just tells you things have been like this for a while. Welcome to the story. It reminds me a lot of reading a comic book. Like, you're just dropped into a world that already exists.
This is, I would say, because honestly, this is the most, like, I'm watching a live-action comic book film I have seen in, honestly, years. Like,
the only other movie that makes me feel this way is The Batman. More on that later.
And that's like a gothic noir comic. But
yes.
This literally looks like, I feel like the Superman comic really jump out of the panels and on screen. Like, the way, especially the first major fight, I don't know, the way how it was shot, like, this feels like, I can see the Biffs and Powells and Whams in the fights and stuff like that. Like, that's my favorite part of the movie.
And honestly, this is like, it's a superhero movie, it's a comic book movie, and it's not trying to subvert to be something else. It is embracing that full stock. And what I like about that is that it gives the vibe of reading Superman comics, which is awesome, because I haven't seen the vibe of Superman comics in, like, most things in a long time, especially in a big budget movie. There is, I think in terms of um, the things I like is that it does not try to handhold. Counter64 asks who's the best character of the whole movie. I don't know. Maybe the one I put the poster up of. But the thing I like about the movie is that instead of trying to handhold the non-comic book audience and try to explain every single thing to them, it's just like, it has this vibe of like, look, if you want to know more about Mr. Terrific, just go Google it. The important part is that he's here and he's cool and he's doing stuff. Guy Gardner is here, he's cool, he's doing stuff. Like, it let the characters' actions speak for them as opposed to like some narrator off screen going, and that's Mr. Terrific, and here's his backstory, and here's his powers.
I'm glad because like
yeah.
I was thinking about it because I first I don't want not to spoil, but like I thought like with Metamorpho, like I was thinking like shouldn't there been like something to set him up because they were something that did set him up. I'm like like you kind of you already know this metahumans universe and they tell you why Lex has them and like
There's
it's
an
one of those things
ethos to Gunn's writing in this movie that's just like actions will speak for themselves.
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
I was thinking, it's like, should Metaphor have got a backstory? Maybe, but like, I think you understand what his role is in the film that you don't need his backstory. You just know that.
Because I enjoy Black Adam, but that movie got exhausting every time they'd pause to give us like the one paragraph recap of who a character was.
Yeah, yeah.
Like show don't tell. I love show don't tell. I'm a very big proponent of show don't tell in movies. Like if you can show it visually, don't bother putting it in dialogue, Like, and I think that's what makes this work is that it's like these characters exist, they'll show you who they are through their actions. And I think that works great.
It wasn't like it's not a Spider-Man 3 scenario where I feel like they crowd the film. I feel like they use the extra cast very well. Mostly because
so much happens in this movie too. It's like the whole like intention of the movie is to show how tired Superman is. By just like it's like just back to back events, but it also keeps the pace going and makes it like really exciting and like really fun to watch. Like it never lags at any point. Everything feels intentional. It's not a bloated movie. It's a very packed movie, but it's not bloated.
I'm really glad because
the runtime is
2 hours and 9
2
minutes.
2 hours and 9. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was long, but it didn't felt long, which I think is the best.
That's what I want to hear. That's what I.
Because like I think I saw somebody on Twitter say,
if it doesn't feel long, that's great.
Yeah, because someone on Twitter was like, Superman Returns is 25 minutes longer than James Gunn's Superman, and yet it feels like a 15th of the amount of stuff happens in it. And and that's kind of like, and in a lot of ways, this movie is sort of the antithesis to Christopher Reeve's Superman movie in terms of pacing, because that movie is a very slow build up to things, whereas like this movie's just like, boom, we're right in it, like it's just happening.
And I think I think we talked about like how the film doesn't treat the audience like they're dumb. Like I want to say like I like Captain Brave New World more people. I feel like this film did the political stuff a lot more gutsy than Brave New World. Brave New World.
One of the things I appreciate is this movie actually picked a side.
Yeah. And that's because the biggest thing about the film, which I really commend, is really showcasing the character of Superman very well. Where where I feel like other films or like in the DCU or even the Christopher Reeve films, where there's a difference between Clark and Superman. Where like there's Superman, there's Clark. Where in this one, I feel like there was no difference between Clark and Superman at all.
Like they feel like the same person. Yeah.
Yeah, like Clark will act a little more dorky, but like there's no act. He is full on Clark Kent, but Clark Kent throughout the film, which I really appreciate.
Also, as somebody that's always annoyed that superheroes take their masks and costumes off too much in Marvel movies, like everybody's in costume for like 90% of the movie.
Yep. You only get to see Hawkgirl without her helmet once, and that's it.
Yeah. And honestly, I bet it made sense. Like she wouldn't be just wearing the helmet around the base.
Yeah. Seven Terrific. He always has his mask on all the time.
Yeah. It's kind of wild. So like, I agree with this too. Is like my Armor Spiral said the film is so breezy, you're engaged, you never feel the runtime. And Blade Runner said any longer in the movie would be too long, but it still leaves me wanting more. That's how I felt walking out of this. It's like I want more. It wasn't like I'm like I'm exhausted. I could take a break. Like I was like I want more.
And I think especially what I like about the film, and especially since this is, even though it's not the start, but it practically is the start of DCU. It didn't feel like it was trying to set up a universe at all. Like there was no like. There's clearly I think
They
what
didn't
got good
try
was
to Avengers it.
there's things that they could easily explore more, like
Yeah.
more of Superman and Krypton's relationship, or the Justice Gang. I didn't know Maxwell World appeared in the film, apparently, but like I must have missed it.
Yeah, Maxwell Lord was
uh,
there. Oh, my favorite
and-
cameo, it's not a spoiler because she's in there for like 2 seconds, was Sapphire Stag was in one shot with Metamorpho. And I was like, oh, they remembered she exists.
yeah, I really glad that.
And I was just like, but it has those level like references for
Yeah,
the
yeah, because
audience.
you
Yeah.
see Stag, like one of the buildings they're in was Stag's building and stuff
Yeah.
like that. And there's enough. That's the thing. What I like about the film, like it's not like BVS where they're so hard, trying so hard to expand the universe, like the Flash, cyborgs, the files.
The,
Like no, it's
the
just
damn USB drive of the Justice League.
yeah. Here's
Muteki
no,
says, "Who is she?" Sapphire Stag is Metamorpho, love of Metamorpho's life, and she was there. But yeah, no. The
Yeah,
thing is,
so-
it didn't feel like they were trying to set up a connected universe, but just kind of like just telling a story within an already
there's
existing
stuff,
universe.
yeah, there's stuff they can expand on totally, but like
Yeah.
its goal is just to be a good superhero movie, and I think what makes it work so well, especially.
Yep. Now, that being said, I did give this 4.5 stars on Letterboxd because I have a couple nitpicks. The movie overall, I really loved, and I really liked it. That being said, James Gunn writing women is sure a mixed bag. Yeah,
Yeah.
blows my mind. Blows my mind with this. It's like it's my one frustration with James Gunn is that like I just wish he'd get a woman as a consultant on the script sometimes because
Just to double check him.
just
Yeah.
double check because we'll talk about this in the character section. It's like Lois is amazing, and then there was the stuff they did with Jimmy Olsen relating to like the women of the movie, and it was just like, Gunn, you're so close. You're so close to really nailing it. You know,
I get- I
you
get what
just
they're
have
trying
these
to do.
weird tendencies.
I get what they're trying to do with Jimmy in there, but like it was like, come on, Jimmy, you're better than this.
Yeah.
Your writings were my react. So I do say I love this continues Jimmy's game. He is Jimmy has the
Like-
Jimmy's respect.
Basically, and I guess we should just switch over to the character thing, because you know it's gonna get into it. But like, I got thoughts on Jimmy. So, all right, first up, David Cornsweet. You know, he played Superman and Clark Kent. You know, that's
Man, what
double
man,
role,
what
like
dou-
so
double
tricky.
role.
No, I loved his hair being different. I loved his hair being different, which is great. All right, Lois Lane. Rachel Brosnahan as Lois Lane is like miraculous.
Like yeah, I think both of them. I think because to me, like what makes a good Lois and Clark for me is their interaction, and not just like the love conversation, but like the character.
They're allowed to
challenge.
have
Like,
conflict with each other.
the interview segment at the beginning of the film, which was in one of the trailers. I think it's one of the best scenes of the film because that's the thing. Yeah, that's the thing about Superman. It's like, oh, how can you challenge a guy that's super strong and invincible? Like you challenge him mentally. Like
Yep.
that's how you challenge the character, and that's a great scene for both of them. And I really like how they how they developed that throughout the whole film.
I gotta
essentially.
tell you, they did not use her enough in the marketing. She was like a secret weapon of this movie, and they did not use her enough in the marketing because I absolutely love this version of Lois. All right, can I complain about Jimmy Olsen now?
Yes.
Okay, so they do this the kind of classic Jimmy Olsen thing. It's like, oh, ladies always fall for him, but it went from like it was like kind of like a funny little thing to just like into like a male power fantasy trip with him. Like he gets really manipulative quickly, and it's totally a James Gunnism of his writing, and he does this consistently, and it's like James Gunn, it's this close.
I think
Yeah.
yeah, because Jimmy, like, I mean, I think with Jimmy is like, I like that he had a big part of the film because I did because they didn't use him in the marketing at all, but I'm really
Yeah.
glad they did give him a big part.
Mostly because
But, like,
most
I
of
was
his story stuff is spoilers.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I was thinking, like, come on, but yeah, I was thinking it's like Jimmy, come on, man, you're better than this scenario.
Yes.
Whereas like,
Jimmy Olsen treats women horribly in this movie and gets no conversation. Nobody goes up to Jimmy and it's just like, do you think you're kind of awful to the women in your life?
yeah, like
yeah.
because Jimmy's always been. I always just feel
Sounds
like
like a
Jimmy
guy
just.
I know.
Jimmy's like the joke about Jimmy getting all the girls is mostly because Jimmy's like the one of the most honest guys in the
Yeah.
comics ever, and that's why he gets all the game all the time and such.
This just
And
felt like a weird power fantasy thing, and I was just like,
no, I think his acting
Yeah.
did a good job. I think
Oh, yeah.
like if his script wasn't weirdly like assholey, I think his Jimmy was doing great. I do love after this movie that people were discussing the wacky adventures of Jimmy Olsen.
oh yeah, because there was like an idea that they might do a Jimmy Olsen show, and everybody was just like, let's talk about Silver Age Jimmy Olsen comics. Remember, Darkseid debuted in those.
Yeah, I love. At first it goes like, wait, what can they do with
You mean
Jimmy Olsen show? And
Superman's
everyone's
real
like,
arch enemy?
boy, do we have things to show you? And it was
Yep.
the funniest thing ever.
The funny part too, with Jimmy Olsen, one of my favorite Legion of Superheroes stories is like Jimmy Olsen's a reserve member on the Legion of Superheroes because he has superpowers. The funny part was that there was a Legion comic where they call Jimmy to the future and they're like, Jimmy, we need your help. And he's like, okay. And he like suits up as Elastic Lad. He's like, all right, I'm here. And they're like, oh no, we actually just need Jimmy Olsen. We have a newspaper we're trying to run and we need help. And he's like, oh, okay. Puts his costume away. Anyways, Wendell Pierce's Perry White is also fantastic. I have nothing but good things to say about Wendell Pierce. Wendell Pierce is having a heck of a year. He's just like he was in Thunderbolts. He's in this. He's just like he's great. I loved his Perry White. I love that he always had an unlit cigar that just never seemed like he actually smoked the cigar. He just carries it to be cool. Love that. Cat Grant was there.
Okay, because Kat and Steve and always forget that they're members.
Ron Troop didn't even get a poster.
Yeah, but like even though they didn't do that much, I was super happy to see them.
I was glad they were there. I do wish that Kat got a little bit more to do, and Steve Lombard was good like comic relief. Ron Troop I don't even think had dialogue.
Which, to be fair, Ron out of all the Daily Planet trio, it's mostly Kat and Steve that do all the shit. To be fair, but I was super happy because like that's the thing. Most Superman media, like I think the only other Superman media I could think of to have the trio was My Adventures. There would be a key part of
My Adventures, and let's see, Steve Lombard was in a couple animated movies. Cat Grant was in a couple animated movies, and Cat was
also in season 1.
Cat Grant was a main character in the Supergirl show. Yeah. She was Cat Grant was a main character in Supergirl.
No, and she was also a main character in Lois and Clark until they dropped her.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
But yeah, it was super happy to see them. Like even they didn't do much. It's like they remember like they remember like the planet isn't just Jimmy, Clark, Lois, and Perry scenario like that.
Yeah, it was definitely nice. It was like nice to see them. But that's also the thing. Like when they put these posters up, like everyone's like, "There's too many characters," and it's like, yeah, but some of them don't do anything. They're just there to support, like Cat Grant and Steve Lombard and Ron Troop. Yeah. So all right, moving on. Next tab. All right. So Sarah Sampaio as Eve Tessmacher, she was great. I thought she was great.
It was fun. She was so fun.
I was worried she was gonna fall into the James Gunn trope, but she didn't. Jimmy Olsen did instead. But I thought she was
curls, you know.
Yeah, I thought she was funny. She had a good comic relief. I did question why Lex kept her around though. That was like my only like little thing. I was like, why is she here though? You know, but like I thought it was fun. Her taking selfies all the time is actually a plot point, which is great. All right, Lex Luthor though. Nicholas Hoult.
Oh man, Nicholas Hoult, man.
What was that? Wheels? Was it about Tessmacher?
Tessmacher's the Kevin Dunn of the movie.
Yeah. No, yeah, actually a good, fair comparison. Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor could take, like... I mean, he's in the running for the biggest hater in a comic book movie, but I still think Topher Grace's Eddie Brock praying to God to kill Peter Parker is kind of still more insane because that was pre-symbiote.
Yeah, but like, man...
But this guy's...
like, well, I was surprised because I wasn't thinking about anything about Nick Holt's Lex, but man, he really showed up in the film. Like,
if you like Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor, you might want to try Michael Rosenbaum.
Yeah. Oh, really? Again, I haven't seen. I heard
Michael Rosenbaum in Smallville is like,
Rosenbaum is probably the greatest live-action like Luthor to date, to the extent that Nicholas Hoult himself even said to Rosenbaum that he's his favorite. That was the one he watched when he was like a teenager.
I mean, it was just ironic because Rosenbaum's apparently a Lex Goon in this film, apparently.
Yeah, he voices one of the Lex Goons. Welcome, Mr. Arrowverse. I
but yeah,
love
like,
this. This is such a good villain.
he's so evil. I like mostly like most Lex. There's always like a thing where like, oh, he always kind of views himself as the good guy. Like, yeah, he does evil thing, but like he always feel like he always tries to like, I'm doing this for the planet.
No,
and all this
he
stuff.
literally admits it's in the trailer too. He literally admits that he just hates that Superman gets more press than him.
Yep.
And
I
I'm
love.
just like, let's do it. It's great. I really thought he was great. Dower Spiral says my brother said Nick Holt was boarding a Public Enemies level of Lex acting. Yeah, no, he's like a crazy Lex. He's like a crazy Lex, like the way that Superman Batman Public Enemies Lex was nuts. I can't wait to see more of him because I feel like he's just going to become even. Like this is a Lex Luthor I feel like would believably put on a giant green power suit. He doesn't in the movie, but I feel like it's
steal
going to
40
happen.
and steal 40
Found
kicks.
out.
Yes.
Found out. As everyone said today on Twitter, no, this is the Luthor that we'll see in live action be stupid enough to put on a frickin' green jumpsuit and a frickin' purple windbreaker and tell the Legion of Doom what they need to do to like.
He's
Yes,
he's totally a Legion of Doom leader. Oh, totally.
Like everyone said, this is like another great quote I saw. This is some prime solid JJ shit in the works, bro.
Oh yeah.
James Gunn, just go watch solid JJ. You got material for months.
He also reeks of getting kryptonite cancer also.
Oh totally. He is so good. I can't say enough good things. Frank Grillo was there. Anyways, Maria Gabriella De Faria as the engineer. Yes, I know. Frank Grillo's entire career he was there.
I was because I was surprised how much I ended up liking the engineer as because
engineers.
Because one I like because engineers from the Authority or at least the
Wildstorm
and stuff.
She's from the Authority. I know nothing about the Authority. I can't speak to comic accuracy. This is a really fun villain.
Yeah, that's what I'm really glad they didn't because when they said that she's gonna be, I was worried like, oh no, they're gonna like try to shoot her because I know that's one of the films later in the DCU, but no, they didn't. She's just a female henchwoman like Laura for Zod or something.
She's like if. I don't know, maybe because I'm like the only one that watched Young Justice or whatever, but like in Young Justice, Mercy Graves was a cyborg that had like arm cannons that would pop. This gave me the same vibe of like, but less that she was like Lex's secretary and more that she was like his right hand hench person. But it gave me the same vibe of just like Lex is like, I'm just gonna keep a beautiful woman with robotic stuff in her around me at all times just in case.
The coolest and most terrifying use of nanotech I've seen in a superhero movie in a long time. Also,
yes, for someone who's tired of nanotech, I'm on board with nanotech again.
Because I think it helps that they do crazy stuff with her nanotech powers.
Then we have Anthony Kerrigan as Metamorpho.
She could warp into a KSI robot. That'd be hilarious.
I mean, technically, she probably could because she. Anyways,
really, even though like Metamorpho didn't have much screen time, I did really like his performance.
Anthony Kerrigan's one of those actors you hire and he just shows up and does a great job. Like without fail, it doesn't matter what role he plays. Like he's always great, and he's really good as Metamorpho.
And I think it helps that Metamorpho out. Like Metamorpho is very much like Ben Grimm, where even though he looks like a monster, he's a very sweet person.
Mm.
But when you know him, and I think he really captures the very kind-hearted part of Metamorpho very well.
And if you ever want to know the acting range of Anthony Kerrigan, he played Mr. Zaz on Gotham.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He also was my favorite role he ever did though was he played Dennis Caleb McCoy, the murder robot in Bill and Ted Face the Music.
That's where I recognize him from.
Yeah. It was funny too because the makeup for Metamorpho reminded me a lot of like.
I'm so impressed. I'm so impressed he was all makeup. They could easily just made him CG.
See you later, my downward spiral. Yeah.
I'm so impressed he was like a lot of like. Of course, they use CG stuff when he uses powers, but
he wasn't. Yeah, he was a practical suit for a lot of it, which was.
Yeah, that's so cool. I love the set photos where he's in makeup doing funny picture photos.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like the Ahsoka behind the scenes photos where Thrawn's just smoking a cigarette off set. All right, let's get to the hero cat. We're gonna leave Superman for the last. Actually, I'm just gonna do these all out of order. Hawk Girl, Isabel Merced. I was not sure when she got cast how she would do. You know, proven completely like I should have had no fears. She's amazing. My favorite thing that she does is that every time she goes to dive bomb somebody while fighting, she just starts screeching like a hawk.
Oh, yes, I love that. I would say I wish they had more screen time. I feel like out of the
Yes.
Justice game, she got the least amount. So like, I hope we can see more in the future because
I mean, we
I
already
like
know
her.
she's going to be in Peacemaker season 2, so like it's already nice that we
Oh,
already know
really?
she's
Oh,
yeah
that's nice.
she's going to be in Peacemaker season 2 along with Guy.
Oh,
So
that's nice. I didn't
yeah,
know about that. That's cool.
yeah, it's cool too. And I think a couple of Lex's goons popped up in the recent Peacemaker trailer, and I'm like, God damn it, am I going to actually watch Peacemaker?
Yeah.
I kind of want
But yeah,
to now, but anyways,
but like I
yeah,
really like I need to read more Cassandra
Kendra
Condra
Saunders.
stuff. Kendra Saunders stuff.
Yep.
I need to read. I did read the first issue of the
Because
Hawk.
this is only the third time Kendra Saunders has been adapted. Because usually what they do is they adapt Shayera Hall. But Kendra's only been adapted 3 times: DC Superhero Girls 1.0, the Arrowverse, and now this. And this is by far the best version. Like,
We say
yeah.
because like I need to read more stuff, so I'm not very familiar with this incarnation, this version of the Hawk Girl. So, does the movie portray her very accurately?
Yes,
Like
100%.
that kind of more
Like she walked in, or she flew into the movie and was just like super fierce, fights dirty, starts acting all sassy with everybody. I'm like, Kendra, you're here.
okay,
Finally here.
okay,
Because in the Arrowverse, they gave her like they're like, oh, she's just the sweet girl that doesn't realize she's reincarnated from a hawk, and I'm just like, that's not Kendra Saunders. Kendra Saunders will slap you in the face. Like, there's a moment in this movie that made me cheer so much because it was just, I was like, yeah, that's Kendra.
Yep. I saw that, like, I loved it, but, like, I saw that moment, not to spoil, like, I saw that moment, it's like, that's cool, but is that accurate to the character? Well, I guess it is, so
100%.
that's good to know. That's good to know.
Yep. No, it was so great. This is not the same Hawk Girl from the DCAU. That was Shayera Hall. She's from Thanagar. Technically, Kendra is reincarnated from Shayera. There's a whole, like, time travel thing that allows them to coexist, but,
she's born on Earth, right?
She's born on Earth. Shayera was born on
She's
Thanagar. Kendra's born on Earth. So yeah, she's
her wing because her wings are her wings natural or mechanical?
Her wings are natural, but then they changed them to mechanical during Rebirth, which was a little weird. In the movie, the wings just pop out and she just goes flying, like, no big deal.
I mean, yeah, it's one of those. It's a classic. Where the squirrel go keep her tail, and she's when you see it.
The Arrowverse did the same thing, where they just like when they needed the wings just popped up, and I'm fine with that in adaptations and all that. But yeah, no, Kendra's great, and I think they portrayed her quite well. Guy Gardner, Nathan Fillion.
Man, talk about like a casting where like, oh, Guy, like Nathan Fillion's Guy, I'm not sure, but man, he catches Guy very well. Well, because I think
he really that. There's a line in the movie that that made me cry because of how perfectly Guy Gardner it was, and I don't want to spoil it.
Well, like also when he
It's
feels
so good.
performances, Guy is very well known to be the jerk. That's what he is. He is an asshole, but like he is asshole of gold. Like he's an asshole with a heart of gold, pretty much. Like he always means well. He's just a jerk most of the time.
Kyle, heartbreaking. Guy Gardner successfully Ara farms yet again.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because Guy Gardner is one of those, like, when you first meet him, you go like, oh man, this guy's an asshole. But when you get to see him more, go like, oh no, he means well. It just he always just.
And I love that nobody in the movie says that. You just see it through his actions. You get his character, and he's terrific. And speaking of terrific,
should we get to the MVP?
Mr. Terrific is the MVP of this movie. For so many reasons.
You're talking about how a glow up his actor got from his previous hero role.
Eddie Gathegi went from first mutant to die in X-Men First Class as the guy that can adapt to anything to Mr. Terrific. He has the most screen time out of all the Justice Gang members. He has the coolest scenes. The guy just shows up and delivers. He gets to have a personality, which Mr. Terrific sometimes doesn't. Justice League Action gave him one. Justice League vs. Fatal 5 gave him one. In JLU, he's like, I'm monitoring the Watchtower. Click, click, click. This movie just showed how great Eddie Gathegi is. Greenlight a solo series or whatever for him. We need more Mr. Terrific because the best action scene in the movie is also Mr. Terrific's scene.
What I like about him,
it's so great.
what I like about how they did Terrific, because Terrific, the reason why he's always kind of a little I don't want to say personality-less, but more because he's that smart guy.
Yeah.
He's kind of very logical. Here, he showed in here that showcase that while also being Sue with personality, which I like.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good balance, which I really like. Where
It was
he's
such a
allowed to
great
show
great
emotion.
balance because there's an old tired trope in screenwriting where it's like intelligent black man has no personality. This felt like intelligent black man, massive personality. Like it was so nice to see that because it's so rare, and especially from white screenwriters. So I'm going to give James Gunn some credit here because, and I also give Eddie Gathegi a lot of credit. He was talking about some of the stuff he improv'd. Like when he pushed that guy's face. But there's a lot of great stuff that I think that, actor, writer, director working together just really like, it just all came together and I'm just like, I need more. Also, James Gunn talked to Ryan Coogler. Ryan Coogler, Eddie Gathegi, Mr. Terrific, can we make that happen? Would that be like the coolest thing ever? Like, anyways. Any further thoughts on Mr. Terrific? Before I keep going.
It's like, again, do you say that again? He's terrific.
He's terrific. He's terrific. And he's a scene stealer, and I love it. All right, let's wrap it up. Okay, Alan Tudyk was there. I like the robot, but and the crypto was cute. Superman, David Cornsweet.
With Crypto, how do you feel about him being so violent? Because I kind of love how violent Crypto
I like how violent Crypto is. And as I said in my viewing guide, if you think he's violent, the one on Titans was throwing missiles at people. This one's calm. Like I guess because I watched Titans and like Crypto was a husky and he was like throwing missiles, I'm just like, this one seems nice and cute. Yeah, he's a little violent, but like, he's fine.
Not much spoilers, but one of my favorite lines in the movie is, sorry, I had to make sure my dog didn't eat my parents' cows. That's my favorite line.
Yes.
My favorite line in the movie.
Exactly. David Cornsweet as Superman is like, it's one of those things where I just feel like when he got cast, I was like, that he could be pretty good. Watching this movie, I'm just like, oh my god, he is Superman, and it's just he embodies the character, he embodies the spirit of it. I love that this is like the funny part is that like it's a PG-13 movie and he barely curses in any way. He's just like he'll just be like, oh golly.
What's like? Was there a deleted scene where he did say the F-bomb?
Well, yeah, that was because he improv'd it. He was the.
I love you were like release the F-bomb cut.
But yeah, no, it was just like he felt like Superman. Yeah, exactly like Kyle said. He went to Crypto. He's like, what the hey, dude? Like he's just so nice. He just has the spirit. It's great.
I think what's great about Cornsweet is compared to like other Superman actors of the live action, is he's allowed to show many emotions. Like the only other Superman actor, at least I've seen, that does the same thing as Tyler Heckner, and I love Tyler Heckner Superman. But even like I love Christopher Reeve, he's so good. But I feel like he's mostly goody good Superman.
You never see him get angry except when Lois dies and he decides to travel back in time by spinning the Earth around.
Yeah, or even like there are some sad moments of the Reeve films, but not like very character driven like sadness.
Yeah.
Here, like with Cornsweet, and I think that's out of the problem with Calvo. And Calvo's a great actor, same other stuff, but like they didn't give anything to do.
Yeah, he's got nothing to work with.
Whereas
here you get to see him like happy, energetic, sad, tired, exhausted, angry. Like there's that clip that they put out there of like when he confronts Lex Luthor. He's like, "Where's the dog?" Like it's like a little scary even, like how angry he is, and it's great. He juggles all of these layers of the character, and it was when I was watching this, I was like, I need him to meet Robert Pattinson's Batman because Robert Pattinson also understood Batman to the level that David Cornsweet understands Superman. And it's just the vibe. It's like 100% on the vibe of like these two actors really embody their characters so much that if they never meet in a project, I'm going to be pissed. Not just sad, like actually upset. I'm going to lead that off. This is my last point, I think, on the movie. I need the Batman to be put into the DCU. And if it's not the Matt Reeves movies exactly, like Robert Pattinson needs to be the Batman of this universe because if it's not going to be that way, why did James Gunn structure his movie to be like a perfect parallel to the Batman? You watch both movies, you will see what I'm talking about. They have a lot of parallels. They have a lot of similarities on different wavelengths. And it's just like it's like screaming in the back of my head. It's like, just let them meet. Like
live action the Superman Batman movie, the world's finest.
Exactly. Like, that's the thing, is that like they're paired so perfectly, age wise, height wise, looks wise, personality, storyline. Like, there's so much that you can draw from, and I just really hope it happens, because, and I know why they were waiting, because they didn't want to accidentally drag down the Batman success if Superman flopped.
But thankfully, it's doing well.
Yep. And AR, so, quote how a lot of people are saying, oh, but the worlds are so different. And they are in the comics and anime shows. Exactly. It's the tonal difference that makes it interesting. One of the issues with the DCEU is that we had a Superman that was done through the lens of Batman. And they didn't feel like that they were that different of people, except in just, like, physical strength, which is not that interesting.
Because people say that, but here's the thing.
We need the differences. They need to be different. That's the whole point.
What's nice about the difference between Corn Sweat and Pattinson's Supes and Batman, unlike Cavill or Affleck, I don't see these two fighting at all. Like, there might be a little bit of a tussle, like a bit of an argument.
Like in the World's Finest 3-parter, where they first meet and they're like, gonna stand off. It's my territory. What you doing here?
Yeah, but eventually they will become friends. Like, I can definitely see these incarnations of these characters becoming the best of friends, like the comic king,
or like the Superman Batman movies, where they have banter back and forth.
Yes, there's no. What I talk about Clark.
Send me the bill for it on a reporter's salary.
Clark, there's no good villains.
Yeah. Blade Runner does say, I really don't want a Batman without a Robin. Pattinson wants a Robin. Like, he said it. He's like, I want a Robin. They set it up in the Batman for him to be like, oh, look, an orphan. I want to adopt the orphan.
That's the thing about that Brave and the Bold movie. Because the description of the Brave and the Bold movie is pretty much what?
Like, the way that James Gunn described it as a reminder, January 2023.
So 2 years ago.
Yeah. It was going to be like Batman and then his new son, Damian, who was going to be Robin. And, that was the idea for Batman the Brave and the Bold. I highly think that movie's not happening.
Well, here's the thing.
Because a lot of stuff has happened since then.
I think that's the thing. That movie, the main goal of that movie is just to get a Batman and Robin again on screen. I don't think there was any other plan besides we want another Batman and Robin on screen. And, well, you could easily rework that movie to be Pattinson getting his own Robin, whereas Damian or Tim or Dick, either or. Like, that main goal of that movie is to get a Robin back in theaters and such.
And the thing is that, every time James Gunn's asked about that movie, he's like, oh, we don't have a script yet. I also think that Andy Muschietti was given the directing gig on that movie as like a thank you for dealing with the disaster that was The Flash. Here's your, look, we're showing confidence in you as a director. I don't think they actually intend to make that movie as it was announced anymore, because if they were, it would have progressed by now. I think they intentionally have held it off because I think they've started to realize that they got something like this. I think, James Gunn has to be seeing what everyone else is seeing about the parallels between Corn Sweat Superman and Pattinson's Batman, right? He can't not be seeing it. It's just a matter of how do we do it. I think that's what that's what it's down to.
And like we had said before, I think it's just gonna be better now. It's announcements. It's just gonna be better for general audiences because
yes. Do not throw a second Batman at general audiences. They'll be like, "What is this? What does this mean?"
That's like live action also. Because again, I think people can, people can understand the difference between animated Spider-Man versus a live action Spider-Man, but to live action, essentially in theaters, because of course, we have live action TV shows with different actors, but
live action in theaters, it should be too confusing for people. And the other problem you risk running, and this is the thing that why they should not do two separate live-action movie Batmans, is because if you do a live-action movie Batman for the DCU, and people prefer Pattinson, guess what movies they're not going to go see? The ones for the DCU.
I have like a dead on arrival almost.
Yes. Fracturing the audience already put DC in the hot water it was in.
I mean,
So
What technically they did that with Pattinson technically because I know remember the Affleck movie was already dead in the water when the Pattinson movie came out
yeah,
or
like
whatever.
that's the thing is like the Robert Pattinson movie came out, and then we still had Ben Affleck in 2 more movies for the DCU before they cut him out of one of them. And it was just like, but by the time like the Flash came out, they're like Batman, and everyone's like, we don't care. Like there was a lot of like just the general audience did not care for the Flash, and the Flash was like, we got Ben Affleck and we got Michael Keaton, and everybody in the general audience just like,
That's not
so
Pattinson.
yeah,
That's not Pattinson.
that's not Pattinson. Yeah, I think that I think that there definitely is a lot to point to. I think the plan is that I think they just wanted to make sure that Superman was a hit because the Batman was the only DC movie in the 2020s to not lose them money. So I think they wanted to hold on to that. And they're like, let's not let this go unless the other thing we're going to put it with is strong enough. Kaiju94 said, do you think part of the reason it took so long to write the script for the part 2 was because of the DCU and the writer's strike? Writer's strike, yes, did delay part 2 script. The other thing I did hear from several people was that Matt Reeves was going through some personal issues in his life, and that had to be sorted out before he could finish the script.
That's
so
fair. That's always that
totally
always
fair.
comes first.
Yeah.
And
it's finished
the
now,
last
so we're good. We're off and
Yeah.
rolling.
Yeah, and the last thing I think we want to talk about with the Superman is I think essentially how important I think this film is in terms of showcasing the character of Superman. Because I feel like the longest time for general audiences, people, it's a classic. Superman's boring because they just only see the powers. They see just he's invincible besides Green Rock. He just goody good do two shoes and such, and that's. And the main message of this film is showcasing that Superman, and not even just Superman, but anybody is human. We don't need to, be aggressive to people that are not like us. And I am super happy to have a film like this. It's got people and joke about all the stupid media, super woke and all that stuff, but it shows because that's the thing. No other Superman movie really delves into that stuff, and people saying that's the even part of the character. Like, do you know who created this character? It was two
Jewish immigrants.
Immigrants.
Yeah.
It's like that. Yeah, and I'm glad that we're finally getting a Superman film that explores that because that has been the part of the character since the creation of him, and that makes me happy so much. As a fan of the character, it made me smile throughout the film seeing Clark represented this way, and I'm really glad that this got audience. I'm really glad because
when we've been talking about this, I've been nervous not that the movie wouldn't be good because I was like, I think it's going to be a good movie. I think it's going to review well. I was just like, but is it going to make money? And it is, and that's the important part here because it makes money, which means we can keep doing stuff like this. We can keep making DC movies that are very comic book as hell. Audiences have responded positively to it, not just in reactions and online reactions, because how many great movies flop at the box office, but this is the kind of stuff like to see people coming out and the word of mouth being good. We'll see how the second weekend goes, but I have really strong feelings this is going to do well, and I do think it's going to end its box office total around the Batman. I think we found where DC's audience is, and it's around the Batman and Superman. So that's my last time I'm going to say put them together. Clearly it's like about the same audience, right? So let's just put it all together, make it happy.
And my deer was packed, thankfully. My deer, I went on Saturday.
Oh yeah, the whole row I was in was filled. There was a lot of people there. Mutei says don't rush it. Yeah, James Gunn's not rushing anything. He's been doing things slow. Common Jojo says now we need a new Wonder Woman. That's my biggest question. Where's our Wonder Woman?
Give us a really good Wonder Woman that's played by a good actress.
Yes, Adria Aronia's right there. I will say that James Gunn says they're working on Wonder Woman, and I'm like, good, because we got a good Batman, we got a good Superman. Let's get that Wonder Woman that does the same thing. I need the same thing. I need to look at the character on screen and go, that's Wonder Woman. Not like, oh, that's Wonder Woman through a different lens. That's Wonder Woman, oh, that's got the I want to look at the screen and be like, that's the character, like I did with Superman, with Lois, with Mr. Terrific, with Guy Gardner, with Hawkgirl, with the Batman, with Catwoman. I just want to look at them and be like, that's the character. Because so far between the two movies, the only miss for me was Riddler. So we're doing pretty good between the two movies. Considering
And
most of the time I'm looking at the DC movies like, well, that's Atom Smasher through a certain lens. Yes.
what about Jaime?
Jaime was great. Now, Jaime. So this is not. I don't want to say anything bad about the Blue Beetle movie because I love it, but aging up Jaime did change him, and so he didn't feel that direct. He didn't feel like that direct line because they jumped him from high school student to post college.
Yeah.
It was actually he graduated college and moved back home, right? So it was like they moved him up several years. The other thing is that because they moved him up, it moved all of his family up in age. And so it was like, I was like, this is a beautiful adaptation, but I didn't get the exact same vibe that I got where it's like, this is what I feel when I read the comics.
I mean, I just say Zolo too, perfect casting.
Perfect
for
casting,
Jaime.
100%. Would not change that for the world. Would not change much about that movie, because I think that movie was really great. And yeah, I agree, Blade Raider, we should fold Blue Beetle. It kind of already is, because I think the animated show is going to be part of this DC universe.
I mean, that movie's super standalone. Like Mason,
Yeah.
That movie's super standalone.
Exactly. There's nothing holding it back. You can just bring it right in. And I think that's. But yeah, that was the only thing. Is like when I was watching Blue Beetle, as a longtime Jaime Reyes fan, I was like, Jaime's pretty spot on. He's just older now. His sister was a completely new character. Like that was not the Milagro from the comics. Maybe it is, like if she's older. Like the comics never aged her up. George Lopez was written into the movie. Like there's a few things of that movie that I love the movie, love how it turned out. I love Batman Returns. That's like a very inaccurate comic adaptation. But it was like it wasn't the 1-to-1 that I feel with Superman and with the Batman, outside of the Riddler, because that was just a different guy.
I really like that
yeah.
Riddler, but like he's not classic Riddler. He's that world's Riddler, pretty much.
Someone in the chat said he was more anarchy than Riddler, and I agree. So
Yeah.
because he was doing anarchy stuff, which is fine. But it was funny because like the Penguin, I thought was like both in the movie and in the show. I was like, that's Oswald Cobblepot.
If you say the Batman's not funny, I need to always point them to that beautiful scene of Gordon, Batman, Penguin.
Am I the only one that knows the difference between L and La? World's greatest detectives over here. Like, I know everyone's like, there was no jokes in the Batman. I'm like, did you not see every scene with the Penguin? I don't know who that is. Why are you in the photo? Well, I just didn't see him. We were walking in different direction.
He called them waddles. Like, you look clear for your
I
waddles.
know.
Like a penguin.
Waddle was great. Yeah, no, that's the thing is I Colin Farrell's Penguin is so great. And it was funny because like he was hilarious in the Batman, and in his show he's terrifying. like
the Penguin should be.
Exactly, yeah, he was mortifying. Anyways, go see Superman. Great movie. Nothing comes out this weekend that's worth seeing besides Superman. So I just slandered Smurfs. I slandered Smurfs, but every time I look at it, I'm just like, no. I might go back and see Superman a second time because I have been to the movies every week since the middle of June, and I might as well just keep going. And like at least I can go watch Mr. Terrific be awesome for like a movie. Like I'm gonna do that.
You really do not want to see Smurfs.
Yeah, I don't really see Smurfs. Someone gives me free tickets to Smurfs. I'm trading them in for Superman ones. Anyways, it's news time. It's news time. It's finally news time. For everybody was like, when are they ever going to stop talking about Superman? Well, guess what? Here we go. What about what I know what you did last summer? I saw the trailer for it. I'm good.
Okay, so that thing I told you to announce, hold off on that. We're having issues. We're having technical issues.
Sounds good. All right. Let's talk Blu-ray news first. First of all, Ghost in the Shell Standalone Complex 2045, the sequel series. Its Season 2 Collector's Edition is coming out on September 16th from Shout Factory. I think it's through G-Kids, or is it through Anime? Oh, it's Anime Limited through Shout Factory. Interestingly, Season 1 has not gotten a standard release yet. They've both been only collector's editions.
Was this series Netflix? Was a Netflix
yes,
series?
This is a Netflix series.
Oh, okay. No wonder I don't know it. I'm like, wait, I know Ghost of the Shell Standalone Complex, but not 2045.
It is a sequel.
Okay.
I liked it. I have not liked it enough to buy the limited editions for the Blu-rays, though, because they're like $75-$80. You know, I'm like kind of like I want to own it, but I would like a standard edition, not just a limited edition. So we'll see how that goes. AR, that's a Disney thing. Ever since they switched over to Sony producing their stuff, their steelbook prices are insane. The cool part about Standalone Complex 2045, though, is for the English dub, they brought back the entire English dub cast from Standalone Complex, which was a nice surprise.
There's multiple like Ghost of Shell continuities, right?
Yes.
Or like because I know
Even within
they're all-
Standalone Complex, because like the compilation movies are different than the show, and they have a different voice cast even, which is weird. So Standalone Complex, they had a sequel, 2 seasons, and this is the second half. I'm just wondering if there's going to be a standard release, because there's not. Then I guess I need to get the collector's editions.
When that new Sanzori anime will come out, will you do a Ghost in the Shell?
Yeah, I'll do a Ghost in the Shell viewing guide. It'll be fun. I'm not gonna say it's gonna be easy, but it kind of is easy. It's just like 2 movies, show, sequel show, standalone remake show, movie that goes with it, live action remake. It's pretty straightforward. Yeah. That's the thing, Adrius, yeah, people see CG and shit on it. This is production IG CG, which is pretty good. They actually have directors that understand how 3D models work. Fist of the North Star. Yeah, no, I thought the show, like, it was a little jarring going from 2D to 3D in some ways, but I thought it looked good. There was some episodes where they were out in the desert and it just looked incredibly barren, and I was like, but, you know, they got back to the city and it looked fine.
They went to Cyberworld land?
Basically. That's pretty much it. Anybody got thoughts on this?
Oh, that's cool. Again, I'm glad. Good to get more Netflix, get free Netflix jail releases.
Yeah,
we
for
need
sure.
more of that, for sure.
Oh, definitely.
Please.
I think all the anime, or Anime Limited, all the anime is doing the Devilman Crybaby sometime this year, so. Yay, more Netflix jails, escapees. So, yeah. All right, moving on. Ultraman was at G-Fest, and the reason I put this in the Blu-ray section is because the important stuff is in the Blu-ray. So G-Fest had an Ultraman panel called Ultraman Update.
I'm not sure it's in this article, but for people who wonder where the Ultraman Omega
that's
dub
the first thing I was about to talk about.
Yeah, okay. I wasn't sure it was in this article or not.
Okay, so they've talked about this. Basically, they're putting Ultraman on Pluto TV, Tubi, Roku, Prime Video, Fossum, Plex, Happy Kids, and more. I don't know what half of those are, but
I know some of these, and most are like kid-only streaming services, from what I understand.
They're just like putting it out there. They're calling it fast channels, which are free ad-supported streaming. The big news is that the Ultraman Omega English dub by Okatron 5000 will be released across these platforms in late November or early December, which is weird. But there we go.
Again, I'm fine. Yeah, there's a delay with the dub, though. This is still November. My God, the show's almost over at that point. But like, I mean, wish we knew before.
That's the thing is like they're like late November, early December. I'm like, why not just wait till it's done and then put it out at that point? Yeah, because like that was the weird thing about Dragon Ball Daima's dub starting 13 weeks into the Japanese airing. It was like, why not just wait till it's over at that point?
But it's a scenario where it's like, I wish this is a scenario where, again, I'm fine if the dub is later, but like I just wish they told us ahead of time, because there was probably many people that were like, are dub only people waiting to watch the new Ultraman, and like, oh, it's just not there.
I think if they were going to wait this long to announce it and release it, they should have not released that English dub trailer.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah.
I would have just been like, just pretend it's sub only, and then be like, surprise, it's getting a dub. Yeah. It's very weird. Kaijin 54 said, real quick, Kaijin 54 says they're starting to release the dubs of the next episode previews on the English YouTube. Weird. Okay, so Toma, who was at G-Fest, this is first-hand reporting, the first 12 episodes dubbed will be out in November.
Oh, they're going to piecemeal it.
I would have just waited till it was over and put the whole thing out.
Yeah.
Like with Daima, I don't know why the Daima dub was airing weekly, 13 weeks delayed.
Oh my goodness, that still made no sense.
That was stupid. Especially the first 3 episodes.
Yeah.
Like, you put them out in
They put them out in theaters, and then they waited 10 more weeks before putting them out on Crunchy. It was like, what the hell? And then they never put the dub anywhere else besides Crunchy.
Wow, really?
It's not on Netflix, it's not on Hulu, it's nowhere.
What?
The only way to watch the dub is on Crunchyroll.
Speaking of dubs, and Toma can say, because she was there. Any updates on those Zero movie dubs? Like, Any updates? Are those gonna be on? I'm assuming it's gonna be on these platforms also, but like, did they say?
Yeah,
when
did
they're
they say?
coming out,
Yeah,
or
did they say
still-
anything about the Zero movie? 'Cause it's not in the article.
Yeah, or are they still MIA? Because like that's another case where they announced it. I think December last year, I think, and MIA still on those.
I mean, they showed the Ultraman USA redub last November, and then
Oh yeah, yeah. Did they show that at G Fest?
I think they showed that G-Fest. Oh god, it was last summer. Yeah, and then they took an entire year to put the Blu-ray out for no reason because they didn't even bother getting subtitles made.
I know.
Yeah. Well, anyways, the big Blu-ray news. Okay, Thomas says no, only the ones mentioned in the article. Okay, so Zero dubs
Okay.
are
MIA still.
MIA. All right, they gave a timeline for the next Ultraman Blu-ray releases. I have more details in some text that people sent me from G-Fest. So first of all, Ultraman Arc, along with Ultraman Arc the movie, The Clash of Light and Evil, is coming to Blu-ray in early October, which is great. That'll be our first time to get the movie, I think, outside of
The
G-Fest.
screenings at G Fest.
Yeah. Then the big news is that Ultraman is coming to 4K. November 12, 2025 will be Ultraman 4K Discovery. This is the 4-part documentary series about doing the 4K remaster. And also talking about like Ultraman's origins. It's like a documentary about Ultraman, and it's got 4K footage of the documentary. So basically, that's going to be Hellfire says, just realized today was Monday, not Sunday. I thought it was Tuesday. It's all one of those things. So basically, it's going to be a documentary, and then you get to see your first look at Ultraman in 4K. This will be Mill Creek's 4th ever 4K release. So they have done 4K. I don't know if they're good at it, though, because I don't have any of those releases. We're going to see how this goes.
Hold on, let me Google what 4Ks they've done and see if there are any like are there like obscure movies or like popular.
They're
movies
just like 3 obscure movies. I looked at it before, and I was like,
Okay.
Yeah, and I was like, I don't know what these are. Yes, so then we're going to get into, will it be cheap, the 4K? I don't know, we'll see. For next year's releases, Ultraman Towards the Future, also known as Ultraman Great, will be coming on Blu-ray March 2026.
The Australian one.
The Australian one. Great was the Australian one. Hopefully with its original English audio. I will say to Mill Creek, if they're listening, they're probably not, based on everything. I will say that if you're going to release the Japanese audio, get subtitles. If you're not going to have subtitles, the Japanese audio, just leave it off. The show was produced in English. It's got English-speaking actors. Don't bother with the Japanese dub if you're not going to sub it. Done.
Also for Super IO, so like
for Super IO, whoever's in charge of it, if you're not going to provide subtitles, don't include the Japanese audio. Just save everybody the trouble. Ultraman: The Ultimate Hero is going to be coming in, I think it was May of 2026. Like that would be Powered.
The American one.
The American one that didn't air in America.
They used the power of happy slaps to fight.
Yes,
because everything is so delicate. They're like, don't harm the suits. Only just.
Great was produced in Australia, aired in America. Powered was aired in America, aired in Australia. Weird stuff. So yeah. Crestfallen Thoughts at Midnight said, I bought Great and Towards the Future for high prices when I visit Japan this year because I didn't think they'd get the license. You're welcome. Yeah, sometimes it happens. It's like, finally import the thing. Oh, the thing got an official release. And then we've got, the Ultraman 4K, which will include the original English dub, which is actually kind of a big deal because we didn't get the entire dub before. Because they said they said they couldn't find the complete original dub, and so now they have. And that'll be July 10th, 2026 for Ultraman Day next year. And then Ultra 7, which I believe also is including the dub, will be coming in 4K September 2026. You know what this says to me?
Well, I mean, Ultraman's doing well.
First of all, Ultraman's doing well. Second of all, Great and Powered are the last legacy content we're getting for a while.
Because outside those two,
I think everything else is locked up. I think.
Yeah, because because I think outside of Tiga, Final
Thank you,
Odyssey,
Tomo, for confirming both will have the English dub. Yeah.
Tiga
Final Odyssey has that music issue. That may never get resolved, even if Johnny's dead.
Show rights. I think that's because they can't do nice because that's commercials.
Yep. Can't do boy. That's
also weird. Those are commercials.
PSAs.
Also.
Yeah.
I think that I think
All the other
oh,
Ultra Q stuff we haven't
oh,
gotten is in a legal limbo.
legal. Yeah, those are legal limbos. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
Power and Great are I think the last ones that is in like a new show.
Yeah, because we got USA, we
and-
got Great Power. I think, yeah, outside of some Ultra Q stuff, we'll never see like Dark Fantasy and the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just I think we're pretty much at the end of. But what I'm hoping for is if we're going back and reissuing Ultraman in
like
7 on 4K, we can get the Ultraman in
Blue
80 on Blu-ray.
or the all the Heisei stuff in Blu-ray also.
Well, the issue with the Heisei stuff is we need actual like that because there are Blu-rays for Tiga, Dyna, and Gaia, but the video quality on them is not any better than the DVDs. It's not much of a difference. So unless they're going to go do a full remaster of Tiga, Dyna, Gaia, then there's not really a reason for Mill Creek to re-release it, honestly.
The only thing is, like, it's somehow magically they can get the Final Odyssey, because that's the only thing we're really missing is Final Odyssey, right?
It's the only major thing we're missing. Everything else is weird side stuff, like Ultraman Graffiti, an OVA series that nobody has.
Oh, I guess the anime, but I don't know if Mill Creek could touch the...
Mill Creek wanted to, but it's Netflix, so we'll see.
Yeah, so that might be some weirdness there.
Heisei Ultra 7, that's a thing I'm wondering about as well.
Oh, yeah, that.
And I'm wondering if maybe Heisei Ultra 7, because I think it's still DVD only in Japan, but I'm wondering if it maybe will get a Blu-ray of some kind from Tsuburaya, and I think Mill Creek might be waiting on that. The Ultraman in 80. Yeah, I don't know about the Ultraman Kids specials, K9, because I don't know if they're in legal limbo.
Those are my meals. Yeah, it's so funny. Like,
I also don't think the Ultraman Kids DVD sold well at all.
Yeah.
I don't think
It's so funny with legal stuff because I've been getting into Macross lately. I've been watching the original Macross series.
That's a legal hell zone.
Talking about that.
Yeah. But because I know apparently I think 2021 like Harmony Gold and who owns Macross again? Is it
Tatsunoko.
Yeah.
Made some agreement, but I find it interesting. I noticed now that like we're getting everything after original Super Dimension for Macross, but like on Disney Plus, everything post original series, and like there was a new video. There was a new video game didn't have the original series. Like what's going with what's going on with the original series?
That's a good question, Ryan.
Is it because of Robotech? I imagine is why the original series is blocked.
There's something with you because I literally was. I kid you not. I was just asking this question yesterday, or 2 days ago when I was trying to watch Macross on Hulu. I was like, "Why is that the original not here?" Yeah, I know it's Harmony Gold, and it has to do with Robotech.
Yeah, 'cause I've been watching the series on a really nice like marathon movie format on YouTube.
Yeah,
where they compile the whole ADV dub together. And I've been loving Macross.
Oh, I watched it. No, I watched it on Crackle years ago.
Yeah, I'm loving Macross, but like I was like when I was deep diving, like I always do. I go like, I was like, man, what's going on? Why how come the original series is always just like MIA? Like
Harmony Gold has vice-like grip on the series.
Yep.
Yep.
And I'm getting sick of it.
Let's see.
I see Thomas. So was it kind of Harmony goes only Pidgey holding the rights for Super Dimension Macross, and do you remember Love?
Yep.
Yeah.
K9 says Macross's movie wasn't a recomp; it was an alternate retelling with many story differences and entirely new footage.
Yeah, do you remember Love is actually new? Yep, I love that movie so much.
Let's see, Soldier Super Dimension Macross can't be distributed in any shape or form except for one every short thing from early 2010s. They can be fully released because of legal loopholes.
I wish Ultraman was my dad. Said Dark Fantasy has issues with Pony Canyon. Oh God, Pony Canyon's just as bad as Johnny's and Associates.
I love that meme.
Pony Canyon. They actually locked up some Garo stuff for a minute.
No, not Pony Canyon. I wish Ultraman was.
Oh yeah.
I told him. I'm just used with the fact that we selling Ultraman stuff at Walmart and Target edition to Amazon, which is great to hear.
Well, Walmart. Target doesn't carry physical media anymore outside of some music and occasional new releases.
I think.
Merchandise-wise, They've. I mean, I've seen Ultraman stuff for like the last couple of years at Walmart and Target.
But they're gonna put more out because I think the most I've seen are like the Ultraman Rising figure stuff.
That's all Bandai wanted to release.
Yeah, but like if we're getting more, that'll be great to see. Honestly,
it'd be great.
Merch.
I don't have faith in Bandai, but we'll see how it goes.
Well, it's all well. Some of those I don't imagine all of them are gonna be under Bandai. I imagine
Son
like
of a bitch.
clothes and such are gonna be
Oh.
non-Bandai stuff.
Yeah, like clothes and stuff, but toy wise,
guys.
Bandai's kind of yeah.
Guys,
Yeah.
I found out what the technical difficulty was.
Okay.
Me and Cal stepped aside. It was just they wanted me to re-up the hosting.
Already?
They
Hooray.
couldn't embed a video on our website if I would want. It just wanted me to throw $5 to the system.
Oh, do you love
$5?
Every day
$5?
per month.
Get out.
Yeah, per month. Yeah, so I gave it 15, so it shouldn't bother me for another 2 months.
Wild.
God, I love when
What?
your website hosting is microtransacting you.
I know.
What the heck?
And now you
But
now
here's
you
the
have
thing.
full
Here's the
payment. They just
thing.
want
Here's the thing,
$5.
Here's the thing, guys. At least the $80 thing that I said we have to split for me, you and Jerry Soundout and Ben and Project, like that was just setting up the site. Now that it's like $10 a month, like if you guys want to forward me money, that's fine, because like I can you know what I'm saying? It's not like how we had to do every year 120, 130, 140, you know? We got most of that bulk out of the way. So I'm like, thank God. But yeah, all it was, hey, you just need to pay the hosting just a little bit of money. They're running low.
Hellfire said, wouldn't Final Honest be free since Johnny's was dissolved and they basically made a full promo showing off they can show Daigo again? Yeah, that's cleared up for Japan. Now they have to like do all international deals with the talent involved. It very complicated, and it may not be worth the money to them either, if the talent themselves now require higher costs. It's a whole big thing. Like they just got it cleared up in Japan. It could be a few more years before they could clear it up internationally. Licensing, likenesses. One other thing that was announced is this Ultraman live stage show, which was announced a few days ago prior to this event. But this is basically a major stage show event happening at the American Dream Mall in New Jersey from November 15th to 23rd. We'll have kaiju battles, surprise appearances, LED visual effects, and a special appearance by Christopher Sean, voice of Ken Sato from Ultraman Rising.
Yeah, I imagine it's gonna be like because they did that a thing like that when Rising was coming up. I imagine because it was literally in front of the Bandai Namco store. But I imagine this time it'll be like a full like actual proper stage show,
Yes.
like actual like display this time.
That's what it
Because
sounds
It's gonna
like.
be a full on. It's gonna be a full on stage play that's running for
8
I
days?
think eight or 12 days, like almost
8 days.
like a week.
The
or more,
November
yeah.
15th to 23rd. I just said that. 8 days. But yeah, no, it's actually like a standing stage show, not just like we threw some Ultraman in front of a building. So,
Not your ability to the front of the store.
will they bring the Gigantron suit? Who knows?
I hope maybe they bring back
The
Amy
teaser
suit.
image has Ultraman, Tiga, Zero, and Omega, so that seems likely. Card game updates. There's a book. What is this? There's another book.
Oh, is this like a children's book?
Yeah, something like that. Beware the baleful Baltan. Why do they say baleful?
Alliteration.
Alliteration,
Like
but you
it-
could have called him the
yeah.
beautiful Baltan. I mean, look at him. Yeah, and then Ultraman this is the Ultraman products will be available on the official Ultraman store on Amazon, and they had like some t-shirt stuff. And then they're like, oh yeah, Ultraman's 60th anniversary is coming up, so get excited. Toma, yes,
how
Toma,
much?
they need to bring back Inflatable Tyrant.
Well, inflatable Emmy. Emmy.
Inflatable Emmy, Inflatable Tyrant. Yeah. So, pretty exciting stuff for Ultraman. We kind of felt like we stalled out earlier this year. We were just like, what's going on? They were just pausing and building up for stuff.
Yeah, it's a case of new show out there. Go do the marketing again
Yeah.
now scenario.
And I'm definitely excited about the Blu-ray stuff. I wasn't gonna say why I'm excited about the Blu-ray stuff because it sounded a little too crass, but I can just be honest. Why are you excited about the Blu-ray stuff, Santa? That's 6 videos I can guarantee will do well. Like, in this business, I will take 6 guaranteed successes like that. Anyways, so with the Blu-ray stuff, as you guys would expect, I'm gonna pick them up all of them and review them. It's part of my bread and butter. So it's gonna be good times.
It's been a while. It's been
Yeah.
a while.
Toma
since
got to shake
Ultraman-
Ultraman Omega's hand. That's
Oh, that's
awesome.
cool. Did you try to steal steal your fried noodles?
Yeah, don't bring food around Omega, just like you shouldn't bring like babies around Blazar. You want to be
No,
worried
let him
about
play.
someone's cows, Ultraman Blazar.
Yes. Oh, good. I mean, it's kind of insane that the Ultraman US stuff has been going on for what, almost 5 years? Like, when did the Blu-ray start coming? 2020? 2021?
Hold on, Ryan.
2018?
I can go check that for us because you helped me make the article.
And I
Was it
wasn't reviewing
2018?
them at first, so I can't like go back to just my videos and be like,
It's been impressive how long it's going on. Miro, like, we're just kind of sort of
are we at like
weird
2
with
years
Kamen Rider,
since Geats?
I think. I mean, like, the Discotek stuff's been going smoothly, slow but smoothly.
Yeah, Discotek's been going smoothly. Then
At
the
least from
Shout
Metal
Factory
Hero.
stuff is just.
Okay, well,
Silent.
our site's broken.
Oh, jeez.
Hold on, I have a note in my phone about the Ultraman Blu-ray release dates. Because I'm a nerd. Actually, it's more business than anything. I just need to know when things came out for videos. October 15, 2019 was when Ultra Q came out.
Man,
So we're on
it's
6
been
years.
Loaded for me.
Years.
Yeah.
Site loaded for me.
I'm looking for when we actually announced it. You know, that
Hmm.
article.
Yeah, I don't remember when Geats came out. Because that was like earlier that year. I remember it was a quick turnaround. I remember it was like they announced it during the summertime and then boom, it was already out. Let's see.
I think because it came out during
Geats.
did it came out during it came out during Gotchard because no wait,
Yeah,
was
Geats was
Gotchard
April 2024. So it's been
yeah,
over.
came
It's
out
been a year.
because I think it came out fast when
Yeah.
the series after the series ended, but the movie wasn't there.
Yep. All right, we got some comic book news, guys. You guys love comic book news? I love comic book news, and you're all going
It
to
used
listen
to
to me
be my
talk about
job.
comics. Yeah, exactly.
Ready to rant about X-Men again?
Oh God, I may not rant as much because Superman put me in a good mood. I mean, as much as I say Superman put me in a good mood, Mr. Terrific and his Super Friends put me in a good mood. So like,
Is it that image that people throwing around with the giant Hope Needle?
yeah, that's a
Needle.
pretty accurate one. Except it's a T sphere, just like lodging itself in my chest.
Just like Goku to King Piccolo.
Yes, exactly. That's kind of how it felt. All right, comic book news. First of all, if you've ever wanted to read Star Trek comics, there's literally no better time. Humble Bundle has an option where if you pay $24, you get these 93 items. I have not seen this good of a Humble Bundle ever.
I mean the Hellboy stuff. The Hellboy stuff are really.
The
good.
Hellboy stuff was really. I'd say quality-wise, the Hellboy one was the best one. I'd say quantity-wise, the Star Trek one is insane. This is. I
the
checked
Power
through
Ranger one,
this. This is essentially every comic IDW has ever published for Star Trek.
I mean, there wasn't the Power Rangers Humble Bundle. You get practically everything.
Yes,
finale
but
of
Power
Darkest
Rangers
Hour.
didn't have 500 issues.
Yeah, true. Star Trek's old.
Because this is 93 items. All of these are trades. So, like, this is a lot. You get the excellent Star Trek and Defiant comics. You get, like, the Strange New Worlds tie-ins, Lower Decks tie-in. The ongoing Star Trek comic that was in the Kelvin universe where they had them meeting other characters from the Star Trek universe and remaking original series episodes. You get the Choose Your Own Adventure Lower Decks comic. You get, the Q conflict, which was like a crazy crossover. You get...
guys, I found the article finally.
Cool. You get Star Trek Classics, which reprint old things. You get the Discovery tie-in comics, Harlan Ellison's original City on the Edge of Forever script adapted into a comic, the Next Generation Mirror Universe stuff, Voyager miniseries, Year 5, all the Kelvin comics, Alien Spotlights in here, Best of Klingons, Captain's Log, Countdown, Starfleet Academy, which is actually Ryan Parrott wrote for that before he did Power Rangers. There's all kinds of stuff in here. It's stacked. You get New Visions. New Visions is kind of fun. It is. I checked through it. I think it's every Star Trek comic prior to the current ongoings that haven't started yet. Like, it's everything.
Dr. Moopsy terrifies me.
Dr. Moopsy should terrify you. This does not contain Dr. Moopsy because it doesn't have the current Lower Decks comics. I don't think they've had any trades of it. But this is essentially your way to catch up on any Star Trek comic ever, and you can throw in money for charity as well.
For only $25, which is insane.
Also, adding to this, almost all of this is out of print. Like, if you wanted a print copy, it can be very hard to track things down. It can be a little daunting. They started reprints. Like, they got these, like, series omnibuses coming out. They're omnibuses. They're like paperbacks, but it's like a Voyager omnibus. It's like all the Voyager comics. You got 18 days left on this. The Comic Book Legal Defense Fund is what it's supporting, which is essentially their work is to protect readers, creators, librarians, retailers, publishers, and educators who face the threat of censorship. They monitor legislation and challenge laws that would limit the First Amendment. This is a great freaking thing to be donating money to. And as a reminder, with Humble Bundle, because we go through this every time, the default donation gives most of it to IDW, a little to charity, and then a chunk to Humble. You can do a custom amount where you can lower this. You can raise your charity donation to $20.30. Humble gets $8.70. IDW gets nothing. You can adjust that slider however you wish, but always adjust donation. You know, do what you feel is best, obviously. I always do the thing of I always give most of the money to charity. I give a little bit to the publisher, right? I give a little bit to the publisher, you know, minimum for Humble, most of it to charity. That's what I usually do. I'm definitely buying this bundle because there's a bunch of these comics I don't have that I haven't been able to get like print copies of that I would definitely want to read. So high recommendation. Throw in the link in the chat for those viewing at home because, yeah, I like pimping these things out because it's like you get an insane value. And even if you don't normally read digital comics, charity stuff,
It's still a great deal.
still a great deal. You have it on access, you know. Like,
I'm about to say, are these
yeah.
PDFs? Are these okay? Good. They're
Yep,
PDFs,
PDFs
not like
and EPUB. So if you have
that's
like
the
a publisher reader, it's
That's-
not like
the TMNT bundle. I remember
Yeah.
that was like locked behind a
TMNT
site, I
was
think.
DRM locked, but this PDFs, it's beautiful. The download size is probably like several gigs. Like, does it have the download size on here?
I'll tell. I remember I bought the Kodansha
Yeah.
bundle that had like all Shaman King, Noragami, and Fire Force. That was a pain to download all of them.
And also the nice part with Humble Bundles, you can download them individually. And so if you wanted to like download and read it, and then download and read it, you can do that because you can always access it from your account. It like stays there. So, anyways, high recommendation. I'm gonna be putting in for this later because I hadn't yet. But fantastic deal. There's also smaller bundles, but honestly, if you can afford it, just go for the big one. If you want Star Trek comics, this is literally there's no better way. Literally no better way. All right. In the world of G.I. Joe, Cold Slither is getting a comic book one-shot from Skybound. Written by Tim Seeley, art by Juan Cabal and Rex Locust. Cold Slither being Zartan's band. They're really going all in on this. We're getting, you know, we have music, we got toys, now we got a comic one-shot. It is published under the Image logo and not the Skybound logo, so it's not Energon Universe.
Not Universe. That'd be really funny because it'd be really like this one. It would not fit at all.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure one of the guys in this band is missing a limb to make it hard to do his instrument stuff. But yeah, really cool stuff. Just super fun. There's a bunch of cover options as well. It will be coming out October 1st. So that's cool. All right, X-Men's dead in a ditch. I don't mean to be bitchy, but the current era of X-Men, especially following Krakoa being a very different era of X-Men, the current era has worn my patience completely thin to the point where I just don't care anymore.
Unless it's Storm.
Unless it's Storm, because Storm is great. And even Storm got stuck into a crossover that she didn't need to be a part of.
How was the Phoenix comic question?
It's all right.
I know that's the Phoenix that they're using for Rivals, aren't they? Because
in a lot of ways. The reason I keep reading it is because Rocket Raccoon and Nova are in it.
You're a masochist?
I am a masochist, yes. But no, I only keep reading it because Rocket Raccoon and Nova are characters in it.
Oh, that's Nova. Sam or
Rich.
Richard. Yeah,
okay. Good old Dick Ryder. He's in there. It's so funny because he's written like normal Richard Ryder, and then you go read Hickman's Imperial, and it's like that's a different person. Anyways,
isn't issue 2 this week?
Yes,
right,
I think
Imperial?
so. Small Dreams, Soundout12 in his No More Mutants phase. Yes, because even Exceptional X-Men, which is my favorite of the X-Men books, has worn my patience thin. And it's getting to the point where it's like even if a book's good, like Laura Kitty, Wolverine, I just have this energy of I just don't care anymore because the whole era is just like so all over the place.
Is it the case where even with the best writers and actual good writing, just the premise of this era, you're just not vibing
I'm
with?
just not
Yeah,
vibing with the premise of this era. I hate how like one book, like Exceptional, makes a big deal out of Krakoa, and then like X-Men makes it seem like Krakoa never happened. It's like pick a lane.
Or even NYX and be terrible.
NYX. It's so funny how NYX is terrible. X Force is terrible. X Factor was all right. I just gave up on reading X Factor because like they canceled it after 10 issues. I'm just like, whatever. I'm not even gonna bother finishing it. And so
Marvel Unlimited. Was that this gonna be a Marvel Unlimited?
I was reading it on Marvel Unlimited, and then they canceled it. So I was just like, I just deleted it from my continue reading. I was just like, this era has been ultimately just a bunch of. It just feels like they're padding it out for another like big relaunch. It just has nothing new going on. And adding to that, the big fall event for X-Men is Age of Revelation, where the timeline's jumping ahead 10 years, and all the books are being replaced by other titles, and my god, it's Age of Apocalypse again.
I think the biggest problem with the Rise from the Ashes era is I think Marvel got too big on their britches with the X-Men revival.
At one point, they had 25 X-Men books in a single month.
Because they saw, X-Men 97 is doing super well.
Let's go back to the 90s.
Yeah, they went to they saw like they thought, X is back. Let's go back to how X was back in the night. While realizing that like, whoa, buddy, that was only one TV show and one movie. They did well, but like, slow.
Yeah.
Maybe you should do it slowly.
I don't like the X-Men suddenly becoming only defined by the 90s when their best comics were in the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
Right, Cass? just to pull a comic reader in. I don't know how much X-Men Cass has read, but I can imagine. No, the thing is, he's on mute. Okay. His little mute icon didn't pop up. Anyways, point being, we had an Age of Apocalypse miniseries, and I thought that was our 30th anniversary Age of Apocalypse thing. And now they're like, let's just do Age of Apocalypse again. And I hate the premise. I already hate the premise because the whole premise is that Doug Ramsey, Cypher from the New Mutants, is now the heir to Apocalypse, which was a revelation that came out of a terrible miniseries. And he's like, I'm going to create a mutant utopia. And I'm like, bitch, you were literally the voice of Krakoa. You've already done this. Like, he's like, we need a mutant utopia. I'm like, you lived it. You were in the middle of it. Are we going to go through your emotional trauma scars? Is that what we're doing? Like, what is the point in any of this? And then here's the titles. And so they're like, 10 years from today, the Age of Revelation. So the titles are all going to be replaced. So, like, Uncanny X-Men is going to be Amazing X-Men. And then,
is this like Night Terrors where it's like we're putting all the books on pause
yes.
and do this big event? Oh, God, I hate stuff like this.
At least it's not the entire Marvel Universe. I don't think. Yeah. But some of these titles make me think it is. This is like Age of Apocalypse, where they did the same thing. Like, Generation X is on hold because we have Age of Apocalypse Generation Next. Like that kind of thing. This is going to be...
GX, Generation X!
Yeah. So we've got Amazing X-Men replacing Uncanny X-Men, Unbreakable X-Men replacing X-Men, Binary replacing Phoenix, Cloak or Dagger replacing something, Long Shots replacing something.
Cloak and Dagger, maybe.
Cloak or Dagger. The title is Cloak or Dagger. Which I guess is kind of like playing them in Marvel Rivals, but like...
Synergy! Ahoy!
Kaiju 854 says, is Moko's X-Men comic the best X-Men run that's currently going? That and Storm. They're holding my brain together. That's the only thing that can get me through this. Then we have Long Shots, which sounds like a Mojo World thing. Omega Kids, which sounds like something to do with Quentin Quires, so, ugh.
I just that title makes sense because it sounds like a Muppet Babies version of Omega Red or something like that.
Yes. I mean, it could be Omega Red, too. I didn't think about. There is a few other people named Omega. Anyways, Sinister 6, I think, gets the best pun. Sinister 6, I think, wins the pun award here. Undeadpool. Experate X-Men is replacing Exceptional X-Men. The Last Wolverine, I guess, is going to be the Wolverine comic. Iron and Frost. I guess we're doing Iron Man and Emma Frost again. I thought that was over after Krakoa, but I guess we're going...
I mean, I'm kind of glad... That one, like... I didn't like Tony and Emma together. Honestly, they were actually really
the thing I liked about Tony and Emma together was that they weren't like a romantic couple. They were just like, we need to make everyone think we're together so we can hide our secret plans.
They work well together, like surprisingly.
Yeah.
You know, that was be a ruse. That's what I make like about them. They work really well. Their personalities like work pretty well together.
They really did. I really liked it. Anyways, Laura Kinney Sabretooth put a gun to my head. Radioactive Spider-Man. I don't know why Spider-Man has to be part of this.
No, they want to reference the '90s theme song.
Radioactive
Radioactive
Spider-
Spider-Man.
Storm is being put on hold for Rogue Storm. Okay.
So how you good or bad for you?
X-Vengers and X-Men Book of Revelation.
X-Vengers.
X-Vengers.
I feel like we've done something like that before.
It was
where it's
called
like,
Uncanny Avengers.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
We just did that at the end of Krakoa. All right. So then today, Marvel decided to put some Revelation on the Age of Revelation. So Amazing X-Men #1, which is going to be written by Jed MacKay. So Amazing X-Men's replacing X-Men. Cyclops is literally in his Age of Apocalypse outfit. No, sorry. Cyclops is in Gambit's Age of Apocalypse outfit.
I was saying, like, Cyclops does not look good. I'm not sure. I don't think Scott can work with the beard, honestly. I'm not sure it works with him that much, honestly.
All right. Binary. Hey, look, it's Binary. What a surprise. That doesn't even look like a different Binary. That just looks like legit normal Binary, but they put the Phoenix on her chest.
It's like, stop dragging Carol. Let's give Carol a new book already.
I don't even know if this is Carol or if it's like her body duplicate. But no, she died during the Kelly Thompson run. Or the Stephanie Phillips. No, was it Stephanie Phillips or Kelly Thompson? Kelly Thompson run.
Yeah, it was Kelly Thompson.
This is Stephanie Phillips writing it because this is replacing Phoenix. My screen froze. Even OBS was just like, nah, I ain't having it today. This ain't happening. I love how my screen share froze on like dumb Phoenix stuff. All right, is it working out? Okay, cool. Laura Kinney Sabretooth, like I said earlier, gun, head, let's meet. I like Erica Schultz's writing. I just wish this was better. Long Shots, which has Long Shot and Spiral and Bishops here.
I do admit, I kind of like the costume Laura has there.
I kind of do too. If it wasn't for the fact that like Dawkins looking all Sabretooth like with his Fang costume as Wolverine, I think I'd be more into it. But now it just feels like she's like, oh, look, my kind of brother wore that colors. Let me do it. I'm just tired. It's not actually that bad of a design aside from being asymmetrical for some. Why is it asymmetrical? Why does she have one sleeve and not the other sleeve?
He wants to be cool, damn it.
All right, Long Shots, which is written by Jerry Duggan and Jonathan Hickman. Wait, Jonathan Hickman's back on X-Men now? They didn't let him finish his X-Men story, and now he's like doing this Long Shots thing. There might be one good book, but it's co-written by Jerry Duggan, so toss-up. It's a toss-up. I don't have anything against Duggan, but his record's a little toss-up. And then World of Revelation, which is written by Ryan North, Al Ewing, and Steve Fox. The hell? Wait, I forgot. I shouldn't get excited because editorial will ruin anything good that's going on. Because honestly, with this current era of X-Men, with the creator lineup, I should have enjoyed every single comic, but I don't, and I think that points to editorial.
Yeah, because Jed MacKay's one of my favorite current writers right now. But like, I
hate his X-Men run.
Yeah, I didn't hate it. At least I only read 2 issues, but I didn't.
I hated how it kept going, and I was just like,
yeah, I wasn't vibing with it. I like moments here and there from his run, but it's turning to Spider-Man, where even when you have the greatest great writers, it can easily be fumbled up by editorial.
Yep. I think the biggest problem with Xtorial, that's a good.
I like slowly Xtorial and Hickman's Revenge.
I think that my issue with this era that I've come to realize is that, like, first of all, Raid on Grey Malkin just really spoiled the whole thing. Then X-Manhunt ruined the whole thing. And the problem is that there are 25 X-Men comics that all feel like they're set in different universes. Like, not any pair of books feel like they're written with the same idea of where the characters are at. And so when they did the X-Manhunt crossover, I was like, I finally hit Marvel Unlimited, and I was like, let me read the entire thing. I'd only read the Exceptional X-Men and the Storm issues, right? I was like, let me read this entire thing. And it's an 8-part story, but every single story feels like it was done by a different creative team at a different publisher. They don't gel together whatsoever, and I did not understand what the storyline was. And that's when I gave up. I was like, I'm done. That's it. I'm out. Like, I can't do this anymore.
I think for me, what bothers me with Rise of the Ashes is it just kind of feels bitter. Because again, it's after the fall of Krakoa, but like again, I feel like the big reason why this whole relaunch happened because Marvel saw the success of '97.
I don't
It's
get
like
why
that's
Rogue and Cyclops hate each other every single time they meet.
yeah. It just I feel like the big revival. If you're the whole goal of Rise of the Ashes to be the big revival of X-Men because of '97's successfulness, wouldn't you want it to be a lot more fun? Why is
Or
everything feeling so?
accessible in any way,
Uh,
because even as a longtime X-Men reader, I'm going like, why are these characters together? Why are they doing this? This doesn't make any sense.
yeah, this just kind of feels very
It's
like the
so
whole
disjointed, because like Laura Kinney, when she's in Wolverine, is different than she is in Laura Kinney Wolverine. It's different than she is in NYX. That's 3 different characters.
Mhm.
Editorial is the ones that are supposed to step in and be like, hey, this character should be written this way because that's how they're written in this book.
And it's the case of they got too big for their britches. I
Yeah.
think that's the right term where
Everybody
got-
got burned out on Krakoa because there was too many books a month, and so they're like, what if we double it?
So
Yeah.
like got like 'cause I get just because the TV show 97 did very well, you shouldn't go full hog like this. You need to 3, 4 books at most maybe. But like how many books were like at the launch of From the Ashes? Like there was a lot. I remember
Yeah, there was, I think, God, there was like 9
20
books.
20. That was 20 at this. Honestly,
We
that was
went,
like
we
20.
started at, like, the first announcement group was 9, and then by the time the first issue came out, we'd already had like 20 books announced.
Yeah, I was like, ugh.
It's ridiculous. And then most of them are canceled, so. Common Jojo says, this is why I don't care about comics anymore. This is also why you just shouldn't care about the popular comics. The biggest issues I run into in comics come from Spider-Man, X-Men, Batman, and not Superman currently. We're actually on a good spot with Superman. But it's the top tier titles at both companies are the ones that editorial and publishers focus on the most. Like, you got to do this, 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 and this. So they don't have the creative freedom that they should. The best stuff at Marvel, because there's still a lot of great stuff at Marvel. All your best comics are in the indie scene, but Marvel and DC still have a lot of great books. You just have to step away from like the major popular ones, and then you get into like books like Ghost Rider. That was great. And all kinds of stuff. It's stuff like this that like makes comics inaccessible, because it's like, how does anyone look at a list of 25 X-Men books and figure out what they want to read? Like,
I think
we need to go back to the days, if they want to throw back X-Men, throw back to the late 80s where there were 5 X-Men books. And just keep it that way. Like,
Honestly,
one X-Men title, one X-Force, one X-Factor, one, like, couple weird ones like Excalibur, Alpha Flight. Wolverine's the only one that's got a solo. Everybody else gets solo miniseries. That would be great. Like, simplify it.
I think I don't think if I don't think ignoring if you're a fan of Batman, Spider-Man, and all this stuff, I don't think you should always just ignore the main books. There's always gonna be some stories that's gonna be good in there.
Yeah.
Like I think just blindly
But the
blindly
issue
just
is that
ignoring.
if you
But
think
there's
that
always
if you
the
think that comics are bad, and you think that there's no good comics, you have to step away from that top tier. You got to step away from that, because as soon as you step away from that, even at the big 2, there's a ton of great books that are just sitting right there. They're just not the big popular ones.
Yeah. Only if you just if you're a really big fan of the major characters, feel free to check them out. But always always come in knowing that there's gonna be some hiccups because of the big characters. Like I still think what I read, I do enjoy Zdarsky's Batman run even with all his flaws.
I enjoyed
He's
the
such a
first
bad-
half.
Yeah.
When they
Like, I
told
haven't
him
read
he
the
had to
second
wrap
half.
it up for Hush Tua, that's when it all fell apart.
Yeah. I think
Hush
that's the thing.
Tua?
Yes.
Hush
Everyone started
Tua.
calling it that, and I'm like, yep, I'm into that now. That's what I'm gonna call it, Hush Tua. Anyways.
Yeah, but that's the thing is the second half of Zdarsky might be rough. At least I can't confirm because I haven't read it. But I think the first half of Zdarsky run is some of the strongest current bats out there.
It was,
Personally,
yes.
I really do. I would really love the failsafe arc and all that stuff.
Yeah, another
And it's
failsafe
so
art
good.
was great, and I love a lot of the early stuff. And then they torpedoed it with events and
Yeah.
events and events and events, and then now you got to wrap it up because we have to bring freaking stupid racist Ash Jeff Loeb back. Like
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like that's the thing. Of course, there's always read for your own sake scenario like that and such.
Yep. But it always is like, as soon as you if you have a problem with the way that Marvel and DC do comics, but you still like Marvel and DC, just step back from the big top names. and you'll find all the treasures. They're right there. They're just
That's why my favorite Spider-Man character is Silk, because they don't care about her. So most of her books are usually good.
Yep. It's like Daredevil. Nobody at editorial does anything about Daredevil, which it finally backfired because someone sort of told Solid and Ahmed to get to the damn point. But for the most part, Daredevil runs have been great, and Marvel editorial's like, well, it sells. Have fun. It sells just enough to be continuing successful and keep publishing Daredevil, but it doesn't sell too much that they feel like they have to meddle with it.
Honestly, it feels like Superman's like that's really. I mean, sometimes mandates are there for Superman, but like honestly, like it feels like
the Superman since Dawn of DC has been like just amazing.
Yeah, it's like interesting. You think Superman would get a lot more mandates, but because he isn't Batman's Batman and such. So I mean, let's see now with the movie being special. Let's hope DC doesn't get to the crazy Superman. Hopefully.
All right, let's get on to some more Marvel because they put out way too many books a month. I don't know. Is Cass here? So I was about to say the word Punisher. I'm saying the word Punisher. I don't know if you read Jason Aaron's Punisher. Anyways,
Cass is mute.
Okay, Jason Aaron's Punisher, being re-released as Punisher King of Killers, is not a modern epic, but it's 400 pages for $40, so maybe it's good. It's not a modern epic.
It's just compendium practice.
It's just a thick trade. It's a complete collection, actually. This is the entirety of Jason Aaron's Punisher run. We're getting all new Hawkeye as a $25 248 pager. This is the Jeff Lemire run. So after Fraction, they had this run with Jeff Lemire on Hawkeye, and it was funny because they put 6 issues out. Secret Wars happened, then they put out the next 6 issues. So it's kind of like only 12 issues. It's great. I really like it. This makes a nice companion to the Saga of Barton and Bishop trade that had the entirety of the Fraction run. So you can just have like the entirety of like Hawkeye and all new Hawkeye. They like pair well together. Pretty great stuff. I don't know if I'm going to buy this because I have the single trades, but we'll see.
You can always you could trade those in and get this one.
It's possible also because the cover price is low. If it was like a $45 book, I'd be like, 25? Yeah, okay. Star Wars The Mandalorian Seasons 1 and 2, as you could imagine, is the comic adaptations of Seasons 1 and 2. We've also got a Spider-Girl Volume 1, which I think was that canceled? Because I know they canceled Spider-Boy. Anyways.
No, Spider-Girl issue 2 just coming out this week.
Oh, okay. So, because I know Spider-Boy is ending. I don't know did Spider-Girl get past issue 10? That's the cutoff.
No, issue 2 is coming out this.
Issue 2 is okay, so it's like new. Fantastic Four Fanfare, which is like an anthology miniseries. Runaways Think of the Children is a good title.
Think of the Children.
Think of the Children. Emma Frost, The White Queen, which I found out was a flashback series instead of a present day one.
That's why I didn't pick it up because it's like, I want Marna. I want Marna. Damn, I like her being a hero ? More than a villain.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, I want to read this first before I buy it. Blade Runner says they're adapting Star Wars shows and comics now. Yep, they did 3 seasons of Mandalorian and Ahsoka, and I think they think they're doing Ahsoka season. Although Ahsoka season doesn't happen yet, anyways. Thunderbolts Doomstrike, which I have to buy. And that's because Sal Romero Ghostwriter's in it. Anyways, Doom Academy and Magic Volume 2 and Doom's Division and Superior Avengers and Wolverines and Deadpools and Amazing Spider-Man 2 Amazing Spider-Man Volume 2 Through the Gates of Hell. Red Hulk Volume 2. I'm surprised that's still going. I thought that would have been dead after one volume, but here we go.
Great pack. No, it's Benjamin Percy. Okay.
Benjamin Percy, yeah. Eddie Brock Carnage, Volume 2. Wait, what? I have not been paying attention to Spider-Man comics. This is the first I'm learning that he's Carnage now.
Yeah, Eddie Brock's Carnage. Apparently, he's actually really good. I actually heard
it's Charles Soule, so I mean that's not too surprising.
Yeah, I actually heard brand Eddie Brock Carnage is actually really good. I was like, I should read it probably one day on Marvel Unlimited.
All new Spider-Gwen, Ghost Spider Volume 1, Moon Knight Fist of Khonshu Volume 3. That series is still great. Star Wars Legacy of Vader Volume 2, and Star Wars Jedi Knights Volume 2. Now, if you thought that was a lot of Marvel titles, the next bunch is fun. We got the Epic Collection announcements. So, for those keep track at home, that, because we do this frequently. Epic Collections at Marvel are usually announced on the Near Mint Condition YouTube channel, because they have the contact from Marvel. And they do a live stream announcing them. And usually Curtis from the Epic Marvel podcast tweets out the announcements. He didn't do this time, so he's probably busy. Totally fair. Anyways, we're just gonna like skim through their video and talk about them briefly. They go into much more detail than we do, but
Link the video in the chat.
yeah,
So
I'm
we
gonna
don't
link the
feel
video in
like-
the chat. Be like, look,
so we don't feel so we don't feel like we're stealing their content.
we are not. Oh, I messed that up. Hold on. I put a backslash where it didn't belong. All right, there we go. So yeah, we're not trying to poach their content, but we did want to get the news out about Epic Collections. Well, I always watch these live. It's fun. They'll go into more depth and detail about these than we will. I just want to kind of get to the basics. So, New Avengers Modern Era Epic Collection Volume 4 is coming in May. They've been releasing these in order, which is great. So, that's awesome to see. We have Micronauts Epic Collection Volume 5, The New Voyages, containing all of Micronauts' new voyages. That's the final volume. So, they made it through all of Micronauts before the license expired. So, that's good. You have options
You'll
now.
never see him again.
Yeah, no, this is the only time these comics are coming back out again, that's for sure. Doctor Doom Epic Collection Volume 2, Revolution Latveria. It's just like the Volume 1, where it's just, here's all the Doctor Doom appearances in order. I have opted to not buy the Doctor Doom Epics simply because they're $55 a piece, and it's double dipping way too much with the stuff I have.
Doom is ashamed of you.
Yeah, Doom can be ashamed of me, but if Doom wants me to buy his books, Doom needs a lower cover price.
You ever got that the helmet?
I haven't gotten it yet. Amazon keeps pushing it back.
Okay, cause I thought it came out right.
It did, and then Amazon just pushed my order back. I'm like, okay.
That.
Incredible Hulk Epic Collection Volume 11, De-Evolution. Amazing Spider-Man Epic Collection 7, Goblin's Last Stand is getting a reprint in June. That one was very in demand because it's the one with the Gwen Stacy death and everything.
Like I retcon.
I'll show
Yeah.
you a Gwen Stacy death right now.
No, I got retcon.
Common Jojo says
I don't think
Uncanny
you
Omar looks
retconned
like
me
an uncle
showing
of
the
mine.
death.
Anyways, AR Doom, you dare besmirch the price of Doom's books? Yes, I do, and I do not fear no Doom. New X-Men Modern Era Epic Collection Volume 3, Planet X is the final volume of Grant Morrison's run on New X-Men. So I'm gonna get this because I have the first two. So
I should get these because I should get this. I had like a weird digest version of the first
Yeah.
volume, but like I rather get the big like full size one. Also, that digest smelled.
yeah, God, the
Eerie.
old ink on those things. This answered a question for me. Annihilation Modern Era Epic Collection Volume 3 Conquest Prelude. So I was wondering if it was going to be Annihilation Volume 3 or was it going to be Annihilation Conquest Volume 1. But the answer is Annihilation Volume 3 Conquest Prelude. And it's all the stuff prior to Annihilation Conquest. So I imagine Volume 4 will be Annihilation Conquest proper. I like Conquest more than original Annihilation. So read some Annihilation. All right.
My brain thought you were talking about monkeys again because the memes for a second there.
Oh yeah, Conquest.
Is there
I like things
Annihilation?
with Conquest in the title. It happens.
Is there Annihilation of the Planet of the Apes yet?
Not yet, but there should be. Technically, that's the end of Beneath. Anyways, Iron Man Epic Collection Volume 19, Crash and Burn. That's another volume of Iron Man. Amazing Spider-Man Epic Collection Volume 13, Nothing Can Stop the Juggernaut. Because he's also a Spider-Man villain. And then Star Wars Modern Era Epic Collection Volume 3, Screaming Citadel. Which is cool. SSJ4 Jason says, will there ever be an Epic Collection for Shogun Warriors? If it happens, they'll do an omnibus first and then an Epic Collection after. That's my prediction.
I feel like that might be that's like licensed sell because I forget wasn't like what Mazinger and Getter.
Yeah, I don't know how the licensing works on something like that because Mattel has to also be involved. It's a whole thing.
Because it's like I don't think like for example I don't think any of like the Robotech stuff's ever been reprinted, right?
Nope.
Because those are also licensed Nightmare.
Yeah, I also like they did the Godzilla omnibus for Marvel. I don't think they're gonna do an Epic. I think they barely got the omnibus out. All right, Deadpool Modern Era Epic Collection Volume 2, XX Baby.
Oh god, I remember this run because I remember one of the first books I got as a teenager. Marvel trades I got as a teenager was this. Well, not this. Like this.
This is the book that
those
started the
NSA
Deadpool
series.
popularity boom.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
like I got a vol. It was the one where you fought as evil, like an evil twin Deadpool. I remember getting as a teen.
Venom Modern Era Epic Collection Volume 2, Sting of the Scorpion. This is all
This is
of
the Matt
the
Gargan.
Matt Gargan stuff, yeah. Then we've got Iron Man Modern Era Epic Collection Volume 6, The Future, which is stuff. I don't follow Iron Man. Ultimate Fantastic Four Epic Volume 2, Frightful. It's the zombie
That's the
arc.
bleeding. That's the bleeding edge era, I think, for Iron Man.
Yeah, it's the
because
bleeding edge, I
Superman.
think. Ultimate Fantastic Four Epic Volume 2. 2 more of those, and we'll have that done. My favorite announcement of the whole stream, X-Men Epic Collection Volume 14, Mutant Massacre. This is great because
I love that. My favorite announcement, Mutant Massacre.
Yes. It's got the Mutant Massacre event in it for Uncanny 211 to 219. The thing I like about it is they included Spider-Man versus Wolverine, which was already in the Spider-Man epics, but is now in the. It wasn't in the Wolverine epics, but now it's in the X-Men epics, which is more appropriate. I like that the stuff before Wolverine's solo series are included in the X-Men epics as opposed to the Wolverine epics. It just makes more sense with the way that the continuity works. And it also comes with Fantastic Four versus X-Men and X-Men versus Avengers, which was great. So, I think it's great. And then, let's see, what was next? They talked about this one for a while. I think that was everything. Did we get them all? I feel like there was a second book that got announced that I wanted. Oh, it was New X-Men, yeah. It was New X-Men, and it was just X-Men for me this time. Here is the January to April, if it will load. The January to April Epic Collection list. I guess I'll just answer this question while it loads. Kind of J4 says, slightly off topic, do you think Marvel's going to give its Ultraman story a proper conclusion, or is it dead after the Avengers crossover? I think as of how long that Avengers crossover took to come out, that's it. I think we're done with it. I think it's over at this point. Like, it took so long from announcement to release that Avengers crossover, I think that Marvel Ultraman's kind of just donezo for now. Okay, so anyways, this is the January to February. I'm not going to read these all out because I don't feel like it. I'm just going to put them up here so you guys know. For me, the stuff coming out in January to April I want is X-Men Volume 11, Daredevil Modern 5.
Oh, is the Hulk Modern 7 cover? Is that the first? Is that the Red Hulk story arc?
That's the second Red Hulk volume. The first one they did was Hulk Modern 6, which is already out.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's Red Hulk stuff. I thought there was 3 in the early batch. Because I know there was, what was it? I got X-Men, Daredevil, and Fantastic Four Volume 13. May to July, which is what was just announced, which we already just went over. But for me, I'm New X-Men and X-Men. I'm feeling the yearn for old X-Men at this point. Can you tell why? Yeah, Small Dream. That's a good point. The Ultraman Spider-Man manga is going on way longer than I ever thought it would.
Did the first volume just came out of that one?
I think the first like paper volume. It's on like chapter 26. It's like I thought that was just going to be like a 1 volume little thing, but it's been going a while. Because they when they announced it, they're like, oh, it's a neat little tie-in to the Ultraman Cross Avengers thing, and it's like, yeah, but it's like now we're 26 chapters in, and Doctor Doom's trying to turn the Earth into the land of light, and it's just like, all right, let's go.
Okay, that sounds cool. Because I didn't continue reading that, but that sounds.
It's
cool.
bonkers. It's totally nuts. It's funny too because it's almost like One World Under Doom, where like Doom gets the Sorcerer Supreme powers, but it's like Doom gets Ultraman's powers instead.
Did you read the first quote unquote first issue of the new
Yeah,
Fantastic Four?
it's great.
I love that. I love that first issue.
I love issue 34 of Ryan North's Fantastic Four.
I know.
It's
right?
such a great jumping in point while also just, clearly being the next issue, which is great. What Kamen Rider would be a good team up with Spider-Man? Kamen Rider Demons.
Is that the spider guy?
It's a spider guy from Revice. And if the Super Sentai answer is Spider Kumanos, obviously. Small Dream, Dr. Doom gets a One Piece flashback. Yes, he does. And it's like a completely new origin and stuff. I was just like, let's go. Why not? All right, entertainment news. We got the voice cast for Digimon Beat Break for our 2 main characters. Miyu Irono is going to be playing Tomura Tenma, and Megumi Han is going to be voicing Gekkomon.
It's funny because Miyu also is the Japanese voice of Sora, so he has 2 roles with giant boot shoes.
Yes. Now it feels like that was intentional design choice. I heard Kaus's voice.
Yeah, it said Megumi Han.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, here we go.
Have you ever
from Oga?
Yep.
Have you ever read Jason Aaron's Punisher run?
Have I?
I don't know. I was asking if you had.
Don't remember.
Okay.
I don't remember
because they're putting in a paperback of it, and I was like, if anyone read it, Kaus.
That thing was funny. to me with voice cast,
Yes.
voice casting with Digimon is Gamamon because Gamamon, yeah, these voice actress plays a lot of like Ara big booby big sister type characters, and then here's this little baby boy who, who you
That's what
can't
we
like
call
stick your eyes.
range.
I know. I
I
love
think
that.
of what's her name? Shuten Doji's voice. What's her name?
From which series?
From Fate. She's also she's in a bunch of stuff. She's also Evie.
Yeah, I know you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like
It's wild.
it's like Isabella Merced going from little girl in Transformers to Dora the Explorer to Hawk Girl.
Wait,
Dude,
was she?
it's
Wait,
still-
wait. What was she? The voice of Dora, or was she one of those live action movies?
No, she was the
Dora
first
in
live
live
action
action.
Dora. Yeah.
Oh, really?
And the second live action Dora just came out, and it doesn't have her in it because she was filming Superman.
Too old at that point. Yeah.
And yeah,
I
she
did.
also was filming
I
Superman.
did.
Wasn't the
did-
one wasn't that Dora the Explorer, the one she in, the one with the infamous scene of, oh look, Dora has a knife.
Yes.
That Dora the Explorer live action film is bonkers. I kind of like it.
It was funny because I saw the trailer for the second one as a commercial in front of Superman, and I was like, you know, you think they would have tried to get her back and like try to synergy this, but instead they're just like, new Dora. They're like, we're not getting her back.
That's a funny cast. I didn't know they were the same actress.
Yes. Yes, it's real funny sometimes how that works. All right, toy news time. So
Wait, back. So have you seen Gekkomon's Telly artwork?
yes, and like
I love it. He looks like
adorable.
he looks like he eats glue.
he does. All right, in toy news, Super 7's like, hey, what if we sold the Thunder Tank again? So if you ever
Hey,
wanted a Thunder Tank, it's up on Amazon now.
So is this a repaint and that's it, or did they remold it? Because I know it's something based off the LGN toy. Apparently.
So this is the LJN color version of the Thunder Tank, and they did this weird thing where they put the lid like this to like it look like it's hinged like the original toy. It doesn't actually hinge on the Super 7 one. They just angled it funny. So that's that. It looks mold-wise identical. It just looks like they just colored it in LJN colors this time. So
it's the case of you missed it the first time. It's a good chance to get the second time.
It's a good chance to get it the second time. It does come with LJN Panthro, which looks to give us the mold for a more cartoon accurate Panthro, the way we got a more cartoon accurate Lion-O. So I think we're going to see this again.
Yeah, because wasn't Panthro still using the old Mattel bucks?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, Panthro's still on the old Mattel one. So, a thing I will say is that it doesn't seem to come with the clear windshield, the Samaflange, or the Thundrillium container.
The Samaflange.
Yeah, but it does come with everything in everything else is included, because they included the little extra guns that weren't in the show but were on the LJN toy as like a bonus feature, and everyone was like, so you're going to repaint it in LJN colors, and here we are. It's $500 exclusive to Amazon.
That more or they're about the same as it was originally retailed?
It's been so many years I can't actually remember how much the original one was.
Is the Cat Slayer out yet?
Cat Slayer's been out, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Giant Barbie house.
Yeah, no, this is $500. You know what? Actually, I have a way to know how much this was. YouTube.com/Soundout12. Because if I did my job right, which I don't always, I put the price in the little title card.
Oh, sound out. We got a action figure. It's One Piece tees.
Okay, describe it to me.
Giant sword, maybe Mihawk. I'll put in chat.
Okay.
Stream chat.
All right, let me wait for my ads to play before I can see. Oh, State Farm's running their Batman ad again. All right. Where is?
Oh, you didn't mention the did you mention the Jerry Seinfeld Superman commercial?
I didn't. I left out the commercials and the other like appearances from like Sesame Street or I Love Lucy and stuff like that, just because I had so much to cover in that guide as is.
Wasn't that the one where he's voiced by Patrick Warburton? Right, in that
Yes,
commercial?
yes, he was. So I kind of left that stuff out because it was like it was just too much stuff.
Psycho sales 450.
450. All right, that sounds about right. And you get a Panther
$50.
this time, so
So the $50 one. So what, Panther's $50, I guess.
Panther's $50, and you get less stuff. That's Mihawk's sword, yeah. Also, it's sad that I don't even know that's just Mihawk's sword. I know that's his boot. All right. Toy news.
I was looking at Anime Hero. I was like, is that Mihawk? Yeah, it's Mihawk.
Yeah, it's Mihawk.
Look at
The boot. All right. We got our first Hellfire Gala Marvel Legend, and of course it's Spider-Man, and not literally any mutant.
It's because it's just easy to use.
Easy
To make this
repaint.
figure.
Hellfire Gala outfits are very complicated, but there are a few you could make toys of. Storm. So yeah.
Oh, this is based on the Manatee Fantasy book, and I see it's like, can we get a $20.99 with this book?
Yeah, that'd be
like,
nice.
the dark blue and the red looks very nice.
It does. It looks nice. Exclusive to Walmart. It's their 4th quarterly exclusive Spider-Man. So there's that.
The White House mask, he looks like a luchador wrestler.
He does. Totally does. Muteki said, are you still getting the new Gear 5 Luffy and Navy guy? Nope, because I'm not spending... What was it? 165 plus 110. That's 275 plus taxes. I'm not spending $300 on guy who has no cloth cape and basically the same figure I have with some extra accessories.
With Sonic legs.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, nope. Because I am questioning the price of our next news topic, Lego Soundwave.
Okay,
So,
there has been early reviews of this thing, and honestly, this guy looks really damn cool. Like,
he looks really cool. My initial reaction was, damn, that's cool. And my second reaction was, oh my god, $190.
So I think he's only $10 more than the Optimus, and
yes.
to be fair, he does come with he is like a 3-pack, quote unquote.
Yeah, he does come with 2 tapes that do transform. He transforms. He comes with a sound brick. He comes with a tiny version of himself.
Yeah, that sounds like a lot of dialogue. I
Yeah.
know it's only like 2, but he actually has a lot of dialogue, which I was surprised about.
I was really surprised about it too. I like the way he transforms. He's a blocky guy, so like the block look works for it. I like that all the tape stuff works. The only thing is just like, and I like how he has red eyes and yellow eyes, so it can be cartoon or toy version.
I thought that's cool. They'll give you both options there.
Yeah, and I think he looks great. I think he looks awesome. It's one of those things though where I feel like I definitely want to get like a coupon or something before buying him.
Who knows? Maybe you buy all the One Piece stuff, you'll get a coupon for.
Yeah, because I'm also not sure if I'm going to buy all the One Piece stuff. Just because.
But you don't have a Lego store right nearby you, right? So you can't.
No, I have.
The Lego.
Yeah, I have no Lego store. The closest Lego store for me is literally 500 miles.
Yeah, you can't. So you can't like use the. But I mean, you could join the Lego VIP, and because the Lego VIP will work online. But like, you know,
I just don't. But usually when I buy my Lego sets, I buy them from Barnes and Noble because I actually get a discount there for my membership. So that's why. So I have Lego VIP points from when I bought the X Mansion, but that's it. Like that's the only points I have. So, oh god, Scrublord said Lego Sam was 300 Australian. Oh my god. Oh, yeah. This is great, and I do want it. But I'm not sure if I'm gonna get it. You know what I mean?
What is your every Soundwave in my collection video?
I don't even know how to structure that one yet because I don't have them all in one spot. That's kind of the only thing holding it back.
Is that maybe for the next anniversary?
Yeah, maybe for the next anniversary. It's just I have a big organizational problem going on with my collection that I need to solve. So I could do a video like that because like the problem is that like animated Soundwave's in the animated box, classic Soundwave's in the classics box. You know, like every Soundwave that goes with a specific series is in the box with that series. So I have to get all of the Transformers out to get all the Soundwaves.
Where's my Soundwaves?
Yeah, because like I have other ones like the red, the vinyl figure, the masterpiece. Those are all sitting in one spot because I don't have anything else for those to go with. But like any Soundwave, like the movies, it's in the movie box, in Generations in the Generation box. So it's like I have to like get all the Transformers together before I can put all the Soundwaves together. But yeah, no, I think this looks great. Just like a lot of Lego, it's pricing. It's pricing. But I will say that they packed it to the gills to make it have value, which I appreciate. Yeah, I think that's all I got on that. All right, let's see. Toy news for Bandai. Bandai America posted some new listings for stuff.
They woke up.
They woke up and they're like, oh right, our toy line still exists. So we have Limit Breaker series Sparking Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta.
So this goes alongside the Super Saiyan 2 Goku they also release.
Yes. And it's a big old light up figure.
I mean, it's nice to get Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta, which is super rare.
Light up figures. Okay. Yeah, I know that's true.
Yeah.
You always just get a Majin, if anything. Not-
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
true.
because that's the only way you can tell he's Super Saiyan 2. He's Majin, because like he has only like what, a few more spikes in his hair, and that's it.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's very, very subtle.
very
If
subtle.
you don't have the lightning, that's the only way you can tell.
That's
Super
why I
Saiyan
think
2
these
is
light up
them.
figures are perfect for Super Saiyan 2, because it's like, oh, it lights up. That's Super Saiyan 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, we got Anime Heroes Mega Rono Zoro to go with the Luffy. I love the use of the old Toei art on the box.
Honestly, that's a old Toei art.
Yeah, like they usually use the redraw art from like the East Blue Special reanimation stuff, but like on this, they're like, nah, let's pull old Zoro back out.
And he has his tan.
Yeah, he's got his
There.
tan still. God,
And
they're doing
he's
another
doing a sword.
flashback. They're doing as part of the Kuma flashbacks. They have a shot of Usopp in Romance Dawn, and he somehow has gotten whiter.
Oh God.
All right.
Yeah, he had to come with his swords, which is nice. Unlike the Ultra Light, well, the Ultra Light because of his the hilts for his swords, but not the
Yeah.
the full swords at least, and such.
Anime Heroes Ryomen Sukuna uniform version from
Maybe-
Jujutsu Kaisen.
This is the second variant of
Okay.
Sukuna from Jujutsu Kaisen. The first one was in his robes. This is his battle
Yep.
uniform, practically. Battle form, practically. So it's cool to get more of that. Weirdly enough, Jazzers is also making a Ryomo Sukuna on this look. So I
Yeah.
guess like I guess Bandai and Jazzers is like the situation is like, you both of you
Yep.
could have the same license. I guess scenario there.
High definition Ultimate Legends Demon Slayer Tanjiro with Flame Sword and Angry Face.
So this one could get flame effects, but not the figure arts.
Yeah. It's weird. Also, he can get
because
he
they
can-
didn't care.
he can get swords, but Zoro can't.
I know because Zoro's part of the regular.
Oh right, I
Ultra
forgot they're
Legends.
different
This
things.
This is high definition where you pay $5 more.
And
for
then the
his
big
extra.
deal, which is the Super Saiyan 4 Goku Daima version.
He looks
It's
really good.
great. I'm
The
gonna
chunky
actually pull up the
proportions.
gallery for him because I actually care about this one.
He went on Amazon.
I'm so glad.
Oh, there's
Dragon
also
Stars
two of them.
exists.
There's a Limit Breaker version and there's the Dragon Stars version.
Dragon Stars. Mhm.
Yeah.
Right? Aren't you glad Dragon Stars exist and you don't have
Yes.
figure art money?
I'm surprised the figure art hasn't been announced for him yet. Honestly,
Yeah, it's kind of weird that
That is
Dragon
weird,
Stars
yeah.
beat him to the. But that happens a few times. It happens a few times. You know.
Well, one thing I like is they Bandai has now evolved their Dragon Ball Pants technology, aka thank you Sabo and Mihawk.
Yeah. No, like yeah,
Because,
this is
yeah.
definitely the Sabo Mihawk Advanced
You,
technology.
you know why I think they took forever to get out full Super Saiyan 4 Goku
For figure arts.
or Daima? Yeah, my theory is they were dumbasses and were like, well, he debuted as the baby, so
Yeah.
we'll use baby form. That
And then
one's
the
supposedly not
adult,
selling
yeah.
good.
Yep. I
Also, I
also just as a reminder, they've never done Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta in figure arts.
Say again.
Wait, what?
They've
Oh,
never
Gogeta,
done
I
Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta in SH figure arts.
Yep, only Goku and Vegeta. No,
Yeah.
wait, only Gogeta. I think that as in Dragon Stars is the figure art standard, and that's it.
Yep.
They
Also,
didn't do
also,
Gogeta
I
yet,
I
they
think
only
these
did
promo
Vegeta.
shots are not gonna be the final because I do notice in the box picture he's the more accurate pinker.
Yeah,
color.
he has pink
looks
in the
the box
box.
image.
That doesn't look finished.
And the Limit Breaker one also is pink. So
Yeah,
he's gonna be pink. I think he's gonna be pink.
but yeah,
I think this
really
is just
like
the white balance on the camera throwing it off because of the
I
hair.
think also I think it's the first Dragon Stars to be a fully inset pin because he has no
Yes.
pins visible on his arms and legs. Which I think it helps with Daima Super Saiyan 4's chunkier proportions, so they can hide them easier. And I can take an Usopp was pinless on his arms
Yeah.
and such like that.
So weirdly enough, the Zoro, the Anime Heroes Mega Zoro, just gets the one sword, and the one
Oh,
sword they give him is the third
The
sword.
one that goes in is the one that goes in his mouth.
Yeah, that he very rarely uses as an actual like one sword.
I guess because that's the more unique sword compared to the other two.
Just wait till
I
he
guess.
gets
Yeah.
a fourth one that goes in his butt.
That's his fourth
Don't
style.
put it past Oda. Don't put it past Oda.
That's his fourth sword technique.
Yes.
Right there.
Technically, the 5-sword
He'll call it
technique
the-
has already been talked
He'll
about in
call-
Oda's columns.
Guys, he'll call it the slashing tail attack.
Wait, what's gonna be the five sword? Like, where does the fifth
Urethra?
one go?
How many times? Okay, if you've ever read enough One Piece columns from Oda, he talks about the characters' penises too often.
Exactly.
It does.
Urethra.
He answers the questions that you never wanted answers to.
But Wheels, it's too narrow.
My favorite one.
My
is
favorite
those
part
I
is when
see-
someone asked if Luffy can stretch infinitely, and Oda was
Yep,
like,
and
"Yes,
yeah,
absolutely."
Yes, and he said yes, even there.
My
Even
favorite
better.
one. My favorite one where it's like, so how do you draw your woman? Oh, I just do like a X and draw 2 circles in front of it, and there you go. There's my woman.
And he's like, "I know my female fans are gonna complain to me about this, but don't worry, I'll draw an ugly guy soon." And then he just fails.
No, he's drawn several ugly guys.
No, he hasn't.
Frankie.
He has not drawn a single
Frankie-
ugly guy. This
Frankie's ugly.
Yeah.
no,
You don't
this is
count
why I'm going to
Frankie's
tell you.
ugly.
This is what I'm going to tell you, Wheels. There is a dedicated fandom for every male One Piece character that talks about how hot they are. Every single one.
You-
It
Frankie's
doesn't matter if
ugly.
it's
Blackbeard?
Capone. It doesn't matter if
Frankie
it's
ugly.
Frankie. Like, it doesn't matter like your personal preference. He has
Sanji
made
ugly.
it somebody for everybody. He really has.
Even Black,
Luffy
even
ugly.
Blackbeard.
You have not seen the Luffy thirst trap accounts, have you?
Oh, I know that they make him look like Ace.
What about Blackbeard?
Blackbeard's got
They
fans
take the
too.
stupidity out of him.
There's
And
people that
Usopp
thirst
ugly.
for Doflamingo, and I can't stand that guy. Those are
Usopp
the way he did the
ugly as
law.
shit. He's just Pinocchio.
Yeah, Usopp's got
Slingshot.
fans. I will tell you,
Yeah,
Universal
dumb
Studios
fans.
Usopp did a lot. No, it is the wild part about One Piece is that Oda has somehow satisfied everybody's kink.
Even the furries. Good
People
job.
cosplay as the Celestial Dragons, and I just think that's the most dangerous thing you could
Wheels,
cosplay
you
as.
mentioned Wheels. You mentioned Chopper. There's a whole. Isn't there a full furry land in One Piece,
Yes.
right?
Yeah,
Yes,
that where, like-
furries love Chopper.
Isn't that where
Beppo.
Carrot, Beppo and Carrot, what
Yeah.
Carrot is that her name?
They're
come
all
from?
minks, yeah.
And if there's one thing I've learned, a lot of gays are also furries. So, hairy bears. Hairy men for men.
The Barras, yep.
Blackbeard.
Barra boys.
Anyways.
This woman, it's the 3 extremes: small child, fat woman, or supermodel hourglass waist.
Yes. And in the case of Alvida, it's 2 at once.
Da-da-da-da,
All right, let's talk about the Japanese Bandai Toys. SH Figure Arts, Kamen Rider Tycoon, Fever Ninja form with Tiny Frog to traumatize and demonize him, has gone up for pre-order. It closes for pre-order tomorrow.
That's the
How
weirdest
long was
2000
it open
platform
for?
mascot I ever heard of.
Yes.
Right there.
How
Oh,
long was
yes.
it even open for?
This opened for pre-order July 11th, and it closes July 15th.
Yeah, what?
And it ships in January. Muteki was the one that found the link and then pointed out, "Hey, why does it close tomorrow?" And I'm like, I have no idea why, but it's only a 4-day window on P Bandai
Oh,
US.
good thing I'm not pre-ordering this bullshit.
But if you want the frog that traumatizes you in the voice of Mizurugi from Nexus.
Listen. I'm already gonna get him to traumatize us. I know a guy.
Yeah. Also, if you want to complete this photo, that's like a $700
New York
photograph.
style. You know a guy.
Exactly. But I literally
New
know a
York style.
guy. You know I know a guy.
I
You know
do,
the guy.
but it's such a New York life. I know
Yep.
a
I
guy.
hate,
Yo,
I hate these.
Muteki's
I
like,
hate-
I don't know. Was that guy also on Amazon's? Yes, but so was everybody apparently.
I hate these releases because they're so pointless.
Because they all could have been leg packs.
Yes.
guys,
why am I
guys,
sweating so much?
let's never talk.
Man.
Let's just
Summer.
talk about the worst thing they've
That's
ever
true.
done, which was Tycoon Bujin form sells out, never gave us a second stock, and people had to go hunting for him.
Yep. Here's the thing. I'm gonna go check on the Japanese side. Pre-orders are staying open on the Japanese side, but the U.S. side, it's like you get 4 days.
Nah, they screwed us somehow. Someone screwed us. What is going on here?
We're also not getting the frickin' cookie guy from last week that we talked about that I forgot the name of. Bake. Not getting Bake. Yeah. Anyways, so if you're watching this on the 16th, sorry. Small Dream says they tease Nago Fantasy and also Geats Mark 9. Figure Arts does not want to commit to things sometimes. When there's this is why the worst thing that can happen to a Kamen Rider Figure Arts line is it's selling well. Because then they will drag it out to the point where you're like, it's been 10 years, where's the final form?
I just realized Mother of Ultra closes also on the 15th, so my
At least she-
dumbass has to pre-order her ass now.
Yes.
At least she was open for a while. At the
Yeah,
very
she was
least.
open
Well, yeah, no,
since
she was open
June,
for a
right?
month,
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's kind of standard.
and she was delayed for like 2.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh wow, the Zet Cape closes tomorrow. Let's
Much
see.
is Zero's cape? Is it also 50? Because I'm not gonna.
Zero's
pay
40
$50
for
a
Zero.
piece of cloth.
For some reason, I don't know why
Also
it's
closes
cheaper.
tomorrow.
I don't know why the Zero Cape is cheaper.
It's like, this reminds me of the time they were doing maintenance and they closed all the pre-orders, took the site offline for 2 weeks, and then brought it back. Yeah, Kizaru's closing tomorrow. I'm just going through the Tamashi listings because like Gattack closes tomorrow.
Attack.
Muteki says all items closing, DBZ, Rider, Ultra. So all the figure art stuff. Yeah, Durandal's also closing tomorrow.
Is all the Gunpla? Is the Gunpla also? I imagine all the everything.
Yeah, I'm trying to see. Okay, yeah, it's everything. Yeah, if you want anything that's currently up for pre-order, you got till tomorrow. Let's go check the Gunpla section because I wasn't there.
Hey guys, would you like to hear a funny story? I completely forgot I had 2 orders still on pre-order with them, and I was like, yeah, I got nothing else pre-order with them. My dumbass. Zombie form Jamashin and Cooler, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's right, I did pre-order you guys.
Yeah.
Do we have a date when Cooler shipping? That Cooler release shipping?
It probably got delayed due to you know, Presidente.
Was it? I thought tariffs went up because you went up before the tariffs. I thought.
No. Hibiki got delayed.
Yeah, there's been some delays because of the shipping ports have been a nightmare since the tariffs. Yeah, that's why 3 waves of Transformers dropped within like 30 days. It's been a mess. Yeah, I'm looking at because Small Dream mentioned the Gunpla site hasn't been updated past the Beyond Gundam based stuff. Yeah, that's what I'm looking at. And I can't find anything that's just a normal.
Man, I kind of want Roy Tiga. I really want Roy Tiga.
You should just buy everything, Wheels.
No.
That's what you always tell me to do.
No, I tell you to do it.
Okay,
because you got
all right,
the
Air
money
Guy
to do
found
it.
it. The Vigna Zero reissue is also closing tomorrow. So yeah, for some reason, all the pre-orders are closing tomorrow. Wait, website comprehensive system renewal. Okay, hold on. What's this? Please be informed that our website renewal maintenance will run from July 15th to July 16th. During the renewal, all functions on the website will be unavailable. As part of the website renewal, some website functions will be implemented upon completion on July 16th. Oh, yeah, this is the same thing. As a reminder, 2 of the bigger changes taking effect after the renewal are the removal of the 2 following functions. Order consolidation, changing your address on your order after it has been placed. Temporary, you'll need to contact customer service. The pre-order close date for some items has been moved up to allow for maintenance. If you need to make any changes to your orders, make sure you do it before maintenance begins, July 15th, 8:59 p.m. Eastern. We apologize for any inconvenience. So yeah, everything's closing tomorrow at 8:59 p.m. on the 15th. Everything's closing, and then the website will come back. And I don't know if stuff's going to go back up for pre-order. So if you want something, lock it in before the maintenance. They did do this once before, and the website was dead for a long time. So, anyways, anything else on this, guys? Questions, comments, concerns?
I think that's it.
Cool. They're finally making the black drag visor. And I'm just like, first of all, like, why did we take years to do this? Second of all, you didn't put out the drag visor pre-order during Pride Month. What you doing, Bandai?
They didn't do this with original line. Really, I'm surprised. I thought it'd be the one that's like movie exclusive items scenario.
Yeah, no. So there's a CSM, and it's Small Dream. We're ending every pre-order to make the website worse. Is a very Bandai move. Oh, don't I know it? Oh, don't I know it? This is coming out in September. No, wait.
Are we talking about Bandai or Hasbro Pulse at this point?
Both. Corpo's gonna corpo. Anyways, 22,000 yen. Pre-orders started in Japan on July 9th, and
I
will
just got
September 12th.
email about the site. I just got email from Bandai about
the update.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh my god. All right. So someone in the chat explained to me why they're reissuing the Advent cards and why the previous release of the Advent cards don't work with the visors.
Different.
Let's go ask Spin Dash on Twitter.
It's Spin Dash.
I know he's busy with his kid. Somebody in the chat's going to have the answer. I'm just waiting.
Well, that's not my fault.
It's not my fault either. Because from what I understand,
he's a father now.
When they reissued the V-Buckle, they put out an Advent card set that didn't have the chips in them. so that you just had the cards to go with the decks. And then now they're putting out the cards again, but with the actual chips in them so they can be read by the black drag visor and the other drag visors. That's my understanding. If anyone's still alive in the chat and has the answer. It's very confusing when they do stuff like this. Especially when they call them the same things every time. I talked to Hellfire about this a little while ago. Let me go DMing this.
Didn't the Ranger keys have the same problem? Didn't the Ranger keys have the same problem? I remember right, where like the original, like some of the original ones didn't
don't work.
The new, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so the drag visor comes with the cards. Does it? It's not in the pictures. Let me look here. No, it's just the drag visor. It doesn't come with cards. It's just the drag visor. All right, so yeah. Let me go see. I talked to Hellfire about this a couple days ago. The red one came. Are these the same cards that came with the red drag visor? And so it's like if you didn't get the cards, then you're good to go. I have too many DMs with Hellfire. Never mind. Basically, there's a new card set. If you need to figure this out, people have explained it online. Moving on. All right. The Kamen Rider Zets toy information has been released. Here's the belt. It looks all cool and stuff. Isn't it cool?
It's not a belt. It's a sash.
It's technically still a belt.
Bandai.
It's still a
Damn
belt.
you.
That's the rebel. That's the rebel. So he puts on his
yes.
On his, chest.
There also will be a set that comes with his first 3 transformation items, so you can get his 4 main forms like off the bat.
Right? I like his forms. I like their like Ultraman, like Tiga, like more like color.
I also like that they're Kamen Rider Kuga.
Oh yeah, you're right, man.
Yeah.
This is new. This is just the new gen Bugman.
Yep. Psycho says, I think if you got the V-Buckle and the drag visor separately, you got some with one and some with the other. I think the drag visor came with the weapon cards. Oh, so then this is like a complete set of cards. Anyways.
Also, I like that they're like. I like they're also that. What is the term? It's not rotoscope. It's a animation that gets. You know,
it's not a kaleidoscope either. It's stenograph. It's a stenograph, right? Is that the word? I don't know.
I think
Stereo,
so, but I like
stereograph. I'm tired. I can't think of the word. I just saw a thing about this at the Academy Museum. It's like where you have multiple images and you spin it and then it plays an animation. It's the same disc. The hidden discs from Shinkenger did this.
Yeah, I love that. That's actually really cool.
Yeah.
Now get me my Daigoyo.
And so it's fun because they're pixel art like Vital Bracelet, like everybody was saying, which is really
cool.
cool.
I like it.
So you get to spin it and then it does stuff. Spin it in the animation. But you also notice, because if you notice in the pictures, the belt is clear. And so when you put a red one in, it lights up the belt red. It lights up the belt blue. The belt changes color. There's 7 LEDs to light up the belt, as addition to the driver itself, which I think is awesome. We'll see how it works in practice, because I have a weird feeling it's not going to look entirely red. Apparently the belt says good morning. Yes, that's true.
They say that it fits in your chest. You think there would be more people that can fit on their chests more than their waists?
Yes. Also, they did say the chest size of the belt is approximately 55 to 105 centimeters, so it can be worn by both children and adults.
Yeah, you know why? Because even frickin' CSMs can't be worn by Americans. Not because we're fat. It's because some of the belt straps aren't good.
I just can women wear this comfortably? I just realized that.
I think it depends.
Make a better strap.
I think it depends.
Women will have a bigger one.
Either that, it's like, I think Rono Zoro would have trouble wearing this as well. Chest size will be a factor. How does it work on a Daiso, Muteki asked? You're just going to put it diagonally.
Vertically.
You'll figure it out.
I just thought, like, wait, why have your woman that does have natural, like, big tits? Like, oh, that's going to be uncomfortable to wear.
Most likely, yes. I think it's kind of cool that they have, like, doing like adult size belt in it as well. We'll see how it works. I don't know if I'm going to buy it. But like one of the issues, like Wheel said with the CSM belts, it's like just like the Agito belt grabs my hip bones, and it's just the Agito belt. Like I put it on, and it's not anything to do with like my physical weight. It's just my hip bones run into the edges, and it has to like flex out a little bit.
You still remove several rib cages to wear it.
Yeah, it's like and that's just because
Do you think he's going to be a TikTok model?
No, not gonna be a model
Yeah,
of anything.
exactly.
Um,
Exactly, Soundout.
but no, it's like it's basically it's like because of those side things, they pivot a little bit, which is nice, and only because they pivot a little bit is why it fits. Because just my skeleton
Oh,
is too
Mom.
big. So, all right, last
Bandai
piece of
never
toy
heard-
news. Yeah.
And I never heard this thing called human anatomy.
No, they haven't. Wild Gozyu Wolf is the power up for Gozyu Wolf for #1 Sentai Gojuja.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
So
You
very
just
wild.
If I had a
stole the
nickel for every
Makai
time
Nai
I
armor.
saw
Yes.
Tokusatsu guys with golden wolves, I'd have 2 nickels.
I'd have a few more than 2 nickels, but yeah. So fun part is the ring is being sold
No,
separate
'cause
because
it's
it has
like
electronics in
Darwin.
it.
Got stuck. It's trapped inside a right watch by the looks of it.
Yes.
Where are the other 2? Where are the other golden wolves?
I don't have time to be going through all the golden wolves of Toku. Anyways, moving on. It springs open
does
and
this
gets
count-
little wings and lights
this-
up, and it goes
Does
into
this
the
count Golden
Tegasword.
Bat? Does this count Golden Bat?
Golden
No,
Bat's
because he was a bat.
his bat.
But he's gold. But he's a gold.
He's skeleton.
Anyways, this
That's
looks
also a
fun.
human.
I'm kind of hoping because buying the I was looking at the Gozyu stuff. It's really hard to get it online because it's like popular and stuff. I'm kind of hoping that like the Memorial Edition's just like, and here's all 6 rings, the 5 main ones and the power up. You know, just load them all up for us. But yeah, this is power up. Looks cool. And then the Orca Booster 50/50. So the funny part about this is like, why is the wolf guy get an Orca power up? And they explained it as, well,
Wait,
orcas
an
are known
orca?
as the wolves of the sea.
Wait, that's an orc. I thought it was just a
You didn't know
spaceship.
that?
Yeah,
I
it's
thought
an
it was a
orca.
spaceship.
Yeah, no,
I don't see
it's
it.
supposed to be an orca because you can
Well,
see
you
it.
didn't know.
You see
You
the
didn't know they were
silver
called
part.
the wolves of the sea at one point.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of knew that. I just kind of forgot.
I guess. It just
This is
looks more
why
just
I
like.
enjoy my time at SeaWorld.
I never got into
I
SeaWorld.
guess, but.
But
I
it's
guess it
basically
looks
the orca
like
part
that.
is you can see it. So like the little like light up part is the eye, and then that's like the silver spot is the white spot on the orca's head.
I guess, but it just.
It's the
looks
same
like
way all the
generic
others are like it's a weapon and an animal at the same time.
I guess
When it comes
it
to
just
Susanoo.
looks like a spaceship still. at the
Yes,
end of the
I mean
day.
it's also a spaceship and a gun. The other thing is that it has all the mecha rings loaded into its ring there, which that's an expensive photo once again. And then it combines, of course, with Tegasword and becomes Susanoo Amon. I can't unsee
Apparently
Susanoo Amon.
Apparently, it's a based on Shinkenger. I don't see it. I just see just the
sword.
classic,
The sword
Oh,
has a little
oh.
spinny disc on it.
Oh yeah, okay. I didn't see that. I just look at the main mech. I don't
Yeah.
see it. Oh yeah, but yeah.
Hi,
it's
Mr.
definitely more
Tanuki.
inspired-
We're still going.
Yeah, but it definitely
yeah.
looks more like the Chinese god Susanoo/Susanoo-mon. Essentially, that's
Yep.
is that one of the better Tekken Sword? Man, I don't know. I saw the green combination when I was like, what? That looks stupid.
Yeah.
Especially how he doesn't even use his bow. It's like stuck in his leg. But it looks.
It's
by
very
the way,
weird.
so.
I do think this looks nice. There also is if you get the wild power up set, it comes with the Orca booster and the power up ring plus an exclusive Gozyu ring power up. It's just the one that says Gojuger, but now has a picture of wild Gozyu red on it, which is cool. Small Dream called it Cyberpunk God Gundam Susanoo Amon guy. Yes, totally.
So does this mean that there's gonna be a villain that's gonna make an Orochi out of the other mechas?
Out of Tegajun. The other one.
Because that's all I can see right now. Because Susanoo in Japanese mythology out of the Orochi.
That's true.
Yep, he did.
Do we have a Orochimon in Digimon?
Yep.
Yes. He's an ultimate, by the way.
Yeah. And that's our news. Because I don't know how to pivot anymore.
He got his ass beat by Andromon when he debuted in the anime.
Oh, yeah, he did. So,
I'll promote that thing
yeah.
since it works now.
Is it working now? Can we promote the thing? Okay, cool. I was waiting for the go ahead before I try loading the website. All right. So right now, since we're wrapping up the stream, you get to go watch something else if you guys want to. It is Bandai sponsored. No, it's not. Turn the Bandai thing off. All right. Voice actor Brian Drummond was interviewed at Kamehacon by our good friends of the channel. I don't know who these people are that did the interview. I've never heard of them before, but they're pretty cool. And they just posted this new review.
and I was getting yelled at by Brian Drummond.
Yes, you guys should talk about it. Talk about the experience. It's a good experience.
So we
Yeah.
went up to get we went to go introduce ourselves. At that moment, no one was going up to him to get autographs. And Drummond was like, "All right, let's just do it right here." He was like, "Fuck it, we'll do it live." He literally was like saying that, and he was also doing it in like his Ryuk / Tiger of the Rin voice, so
Yeah,
it
he
was
was.
hysterical. And so he was getting like Jones in and like making a joke of like, "Guys, we gotta do this, we gotta go, we gotta go." And so he's like,
Yeah.
Jerry, stop knocking
Yeah.
everything over, Jerry. Oh, he got like all into his like deep Ryuk Tiger voice with like
He's
shouting
like,
at Jerry,
like-
and Jerry's like
like
Jerry's like knows the
PTSD
joke,
from-
but Jerry's also feeling panicked.
Yeah.
Like,
And like I don't know how to explain to Brian Drummond that like you're causing Jerry to have PTSD. And then my favorite joke is he's like, "Jerry, did you go to college?" I go, "Yeah, we just only got our associate." I jokingly sarcastically agree. "Yeah, we just got our associates though." So yeah, that explains why we're dropping it. Like that was when Jerry said that, because I said it so blunt and like, not like it was one of those dry sarcasms, like sarcastic wit, because I just said yeah, we just got our associates. So, and I just like was talking like it was a normal conversation. And then I did like 5 minutes with him.
Yeah.
And then by the time we were almost done doing it, there was like 3 people already online to get his autograph.
Well, there you go.
Like he probably had we gotten to him sooner and weren't like bullshitting to introduce ourselves and like just doing stuff, we probably would have had a full at least 10-minute one. Like we were chilling with him talking, and he was like talking to us about, I guess, the what was it, Jerry, about how many times he did Kamea-con, I think, and that's why we only got like 5 minutes.
and how he started as what was it? It started for stage and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. But watch it.
Go watch it.
Funniest
It's not
story, though.
super long, so go enjoy it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good time.
Funniest thing though was when I went back to see him the day later, when he was telling me about how to find a Mr. Brad Swale. So if that
Brad
does happen.
Swale? Is that his name now?
Yeah.
Swale, not Swaley?
Well,
Yeah. I pronounce it Swale.
Amaro,
but
okay.
Mr. Amaro. Yeah, you-
Amaro, you should have been in the dark.
You really should have. But they don't want to cast Brad.
Yeah, they just don't want to cast Canadians. Man, sometimes I'm looking at like intermediary sites to buy Japanese toys, and I'm just like, why do you price things this way? I'm not going to say the one in particular, but I was looking for a Gozyu figure, and then I was like, why is she that much? Anyway.
I got a question, Sound Out.
Yes.
I got a
Like
question,
Gozyu
Sound Out. Is it a site
Black,
that
I guess.
we usually
Yeah.
we usually used to visit a lot.
Maybe. All right, let's see. So, AR said, "I'll say it." Okay, say it. I want to get the action hero Gozyu Unicorn because she's my favorite character in the show. And just like, but I don't want to spend what some sites are selling it for. That's pretty much.
Are they something that there's something the cheapo figures?
Yeah, it's the cheap figures. I don't want to spend $50 on her. Anyways,
Back in the day
Wait,
when that
whoa,
was
whoa! You're saying she's not worth it?
I'm saying if she was a figure art, yeah, but she's a basic action figure, so.
now that's back when figures
Okay.
were that
Okay,
price.
I was
That was
expecting
back when
Sound
that was
Out
the
to-
normal.
I just
price
want
of
to pretend
figures.
the figure arts are $50. That's what I want to pretend.
I was hoping you would get the joke when I said not worth it. I was hoping you were going to start quoting that Lucifer scene that you and me crack up about,
Oh,
where it
God.
goes right into In the Air Tonight.
I mean, yeah. If you threw that at me like 2.5 hours ago, I think my brain would have picked up on it.
Probably would have.
Yeah. So, anybody in the chat got any things? Because I'm willing to hang for a couple minutes. Chat, you got any stuff we didn't cover?
You guys see that? I had to head off because work. Also, there's a
Sounds good.
storm outside. Also,
Oh, you
there's
got a storm outside. It's threatening
Uh,
to rain constantly, so that's why I was like, well, I'm here for
finally
now.
raining now.
I wanted it to
So,
rain like crazy over the weekend so I could wear my Mr. Terrific jacket to the Superman, but I couldn't because it was too hot. But I can still show it on
Did you buy any
stream. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this thing. Like, so if anyone's wondering, like, where do I get Mr. Terrific's jacket? The answer is Hot Topic. It's not a leather jacket. It's a track jacket, which actually I appreciate.
That's probably better.
It's kind of better, and they it's like fully embroidered with the fair play on the sleeves, It says Mr. Terrific on the back instead of just Terrific, but I'm like, cool, that's fine. I like it. I can own a Mr. Terrific jacket. I mean, the dream
That's
is real.
the best part of having Terrific in a major role in the movie.
Yes,
You get
multiple
merch,
toys and a jacket.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to wearing that in the fall because that'll be a good fall jacket. All right. Well, anyways, Ryan, would you like to plug your stuff on your way?
Well, question. Do you have the jackets for all three, or is it just Terrific?
They only made the jacket for Terrific. I was
interesting.
surprised they didn't just use the same template for.
That?
You said that, and everything turned yellow on my screen. Yes.
Crisis event happening.
Yep.
So I literally saw like a blue spark or whatever in front of my eyes, and I'm like, "What the hell was that?"
Transformers are coming.
Anyways, right.
You can follow me at Dark64Tree on YouTube and Blue Sky ID Archivist, like the one you saw at the Superman viewing guide thumbnail and card. You want anything like that? Feel free to convince me on DM me on Blue Sky or Sound Discord Protocol. Link in the description below. Always have a nice night, everybody.
See you, Ryan. All right, let's see. Infinite said, Soundout, when James Gunn eventually makes Justice League, he should use JL and JLU as the template since it's a perfect recipe. I think he already has. I mean, we've got a hot girl, we got a Superman. We got
a hot girl.
Yes, I said my things intently the same way. Hot girl.
Oh, I know. I know.
And so, anyways, Green Lantern John Stewart's debuting in the Lantern Show. We're already kind of doing this connected universe thing. Like, we got like a Batman thing over here and a Superman thing over here, and maybe we'll just like put them together. And we got a Mr. Terrific, so that serves up Justice League versus Fatal 5. And also JLU's like later half. I think he's kind of using a lot of that, and also just dropping us into an existing universe. That was what the DCAU was good at. Robot says, imagine there is one piece large figure pack, and the only exclusives are Nami and Robin. That feels like something Bandai would do, right, guys? Does that feel like something Bandai America would do? Like, you want the girls, buy the entire crew.
That's exactly what they would do.
Now, that being said, that also means Jinbei would be exclusive because they still haven't made a Jinbei. God, what if it's only a 9-pack and they leave Jinbei out again? I hate that the only Jinbei figure I have is the frickin' Funko Pop. Because there's just nothing else.
Hey, Soundout, you want to hear a controversial weird take?
Yeah.
Isabelle should have been using her stage name in reverse. Think about it. Because her actual real name, her legal name is Moner, which was really weird and inappropriate. I know it's a real name,
yes,
but Moner sounded inappropriate for a child. Now that she's being a thirst trap, it would be better if she reverted back.
Yeah. No, yeah.
Think about it.
I feel like Isabella Merced just rolls off the tongue nicer.
No, it does. It does. It does.
Yeah.
Now that she's a thirst trap, the Moner goes with it.
Mm-hmm. AR says, I want to get the movie figures. It's too bad McFarlane Superman doesn't have 2 fists. That's why you should go with the Spin Master figures, because they actually make everybody, too. That's what my problem in the McFarlane line is we're missing several key characters, but Spin Master made everything. And they're like $10. They're great. Yeah, the only thing, I know it's Kendra, not Shayera. Don't be coming at me with Hawk knowledge. That's my realm of knowledge. That Legion Superheroes,
Hawk knowledge.
Blue Beetle. I have Hawk knowledge. But yeah, no, it's Kendra instead of Shayera. No big deal. It doesn't have to be exactly 1-to-1 to JLU. So I'm totally cool with it being. I also just really liked Kendra in the movie. I was like, we've done so many Shayera adaptations. It's cool to go Kendra. Let's see. Blade Reader says, I watched Superman Unbounded. It was pretty neat. Maybe a bit more blood than I like to see in Superman. That's about it. Yeah, the movie gets really violent at times, but I really like that one.
Lois, that one again?
That's the one where Lois Lane flips off Brainiac from inside a bottled Metropolis. I was like, that's Lois.
Did I see that one yet?
It's the one with Matt Bomer as Superman.
We need to be more specific.
He only played Superman one time, and it was in Superman Unbound. He fights Brainiac.
Oh, great. I'm going to go look and see if I've watched
it. Go look and see, because you haven't seen it. You need to see it.
All right.
Yeah, that's true. Spin Master did not make a Riddler for their Batman line for the movie. Yeah, I think maybe because I think Spin Master was like, do we want to sell the serial killer to children?
No, I actually don't think I've seen this one, so you're going to have to show this one to me.
Okay, you're going to have to watch it then.
Yeah, you're going to have to show it to me because you own it.
Yeah, no. Let's see.
I don't think I can watch it because I don't have any streaming service.
AR say you liked how the movie subverted expectations, but not in the way people think. I agree. Subverting expectations is good when you're not like taking a hammer to everything people like. Yeah, like
I like taking hammers.
I hammers are fun in some situations. What is Voodoo called now? Fandango at Home? Is that it?
Yeah, because I
Yeah.
get the emails from them.
Okay, cool. I was just gonna see if it was in my digital library. Somebody asked me in a YouTube comment, "Do you gonna do giveaways for digital codes for movies?" I'm like, no, I actually load them in an account that I use. So.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna need you to give me the account info again, Soundout,
Yeah.
so I can get back into watching the streaming service. Unless they screwed us like every other streaming service we share outside of Paramount.
Which streaming service?
Oh, the one that was like the Fandango kind of thing where you put all your movies.
Yeah.
in.
I'll give you that one. It's not hard.
I'm gonna need to get back in there because you told me there's stuff on there I should watch.
Oh yeah, they're also a bunch of DC movies are free on YouTube right now. LPH reminded me of that.
Oh great, watch Unbound be there.
It probably is.
You're watching it with me. You're not getting out of this one.
I can watch it with you. I have no problem watching that. That's
Fair.
one of those movies where I'm like, I would
Fair.
watch that any day. It's on HBO Max as well.
Yeah,
So
well, I don't got Max, and you don't got Max.
I got Max.
Oh, you got Max again?
Yeah, I got it because my mom's watching a show.
Oh, you holding out on me?
I mean,
I'm gonna get back in there, bro. I'm gonna get back in there.
I,
You know what I'm gonna go watch?
Yeah.
You know what I'm gonna watch?
Gonna watch Superman
Yeah.
Unbound with me.
No, you know what I'm gonna go watch?
What?
I'm gonna go watch Lois and Clark, even though it's on Tubi. And then if I'm not watching that, I'm gonna go watch the expanded cut of Lord of the Rings. And if I'm not watching that, I'm gonna go watch the Super Friends shit again, where I had to educate you, where you're like, wait, the Teen Titans shorts are on Max, and I'm like,
Yep.
Yeah.
Thanks for tuning in, Mr. Nuki. Let's see. Somebody said something. I agree with a lot of people's comments about the Superman movie. What was I gonna say? Oh, yeah, Superman Unbound. It's on Max. Add it to the list. We're gonna watch it later, Wheels. I mean, not today,
Yeah.
but later. What was it? Where were we at?
Okay, Sounda, do me a favor.
Yes.
How about you link those 2 Ultraman interviews, since those DVDs are coming out in the future?
You want me to link them now, or when we do the DVD reviews, or the Blu-ray reviews, or whatever they are?
I mean, link them now and then do it when you do the Blu-rays again. We gotta let
Okay.
people know we interviewed.
You can go link
the
them while
stars
I'm
of the
talking.
shows. I'm eating. Fine, I'll do it.
Okay. Let's see.
As Thanos
Psycho
once said, I'll do
says,
it
looking at
myself.
older generation stuff of characters I want, don't have, seeing what Hasbro did versus the Takara ones makes me want the Takara ones. Yeah, a lot of that stuff in the Prime Wars trilogy, the Takara ones were typically better. Common Jojo says, how long does it take you to guys finish a full Toku show? Depends on the show. If I love it, I'll be
Really
done in
does,
like 2 or 3
100%.
weeks. If it's a show I don't like as much, it'll take me months. It's inevitable. Blader says, looking for more Superman I haven't seen at all or in a long time. Watched the first episode of Lois and Clark. Still love it. Love it when Superman says my mom made it. Oh yeah, I love every time they do the Ma Kit made my costume thing. It makes me happy. Love that. 25 years ago today, Hugh Jackman was introduced as Wolverine. I like when people share that fact because it makes me feel old. I saw that movie in theaters opening weekend. Yeah, I turned 30 this year, as next month. And I'm just like, it wasn't that long since the first X-Men movie. It's been 25 years.
Hey, Sound Out. When are
Yeah.
we gonna do our blood oath?
Someday. Not during the heat of this summer, that's for sure.
We're not gonna. Dude, I will kill myself watching Go Ranger. If
I'm-
we did it in this heat.
Exactly. It's that's a fall activity. You know, weather's got to cool off before we
Like,
do it.
Like I will binge, like I could binge watch Live Man. I could binge watch Jetman. I could binge watch Shinkenger. Okay, I'm already doing that one, but I digress.
Yeah.
Quicker than I could do Go Ranger.
I could binge watch Jacka. I love Jacka.
But that one's short.
Yeah, it's also
And even though I had seen it, you still forced me to watch like a good third of it with you.
Yep. I've been watching King Odra with my parents recently because we've been watching it with the we've been watching it with the Blu-ray scrubs where they've cleaned up the VFX work, and it's beautiful. It's exactly how it always
Oh,
should be
dude.
seen.
You know
I
what's
love
funny,
it.
Santa? When you were bringing up about the VFX fixes,
Yeah.
like a couple of weeks ago, me and Jerry and Metal were having a conversation about all the times we would have like a drinking game in the early episodes.
Yep.
We're like, it's clipping.
Yeah, they fixed
Yep.
the clipping on her wig, on Himeno's wig, and it's funny too because after a few episodes, they start to have the system where you know if they're shooting on a volume or if they're shooting on a green screen because Himeno's either wearing the blonde wig or the brown-haired wig. If she's wearing the brown-haired wig, they're shooting on the green screen. And it's like anytime you see her in Ishibana, after a certain point, she's only wearing the brown wig. She's not wearing the blonde wig anymore because it just vanishes.
Because me and Jerry and Metal, like the first time we had to like. I remember, like, we all were like a record scratch moment, and we all said, Metal, replay that. And we were hysterical at one time.
There was, like, shots where their heads got cut off because they were framed wrong.
Do you remember the one where the entire setting was, like, lifted up, and they were, like, not even looking like they were on the ground? Like, the ground was, like, that shit was great.
Yeah, some of those early episodes were really rough, but they really cleaned it up for the Blu-ray release in Japan. It really looks really good, and they kind of fixed up all that stuff.
I really do think the show would have benefited from at least a bit more exterior shooting.
Yeah.
Because I think they relied way too much. Like, I get it was an experiment, but I think the issue was they leaned too much into using the CGI versus just adding it in to help create the grandiose of, like, the weird cities. You know?
Blade Raider, there are some commentary tracks missing from the Superman animated series DVDs that didn't make it to the Blu-ray because they were video. Like it was, if you play the commentaries on the Blu-ray, they're video clips. There was the issue was that the audio was not archived for those commentaries separately from the video files that were on the DVDs, so they're just standalone video files, and some of them were not able to be ported to the Blu-ray because of like technical issues. So there are some missing. I think that's the only thing missing is some of the commentaries, but everything else made it over.
I got a non-tangent question that would be good for a whole discussion, but in short form. Gary, Soundout, tell me what one of your favorite commentary tracks is. Film or TV show.
So my favorite commentary track of all time, and it's had some competition, but my favorite commentary track is the backup commentary for Scott Pilgrim versus the World, because they did a commentary track that was like the lead stars and the director, and then they did another commentary track that was like the director and the cinematographer, and they're like very technical, very normal commentary stuff. Then they had a third commentary track that was all the supporting cast watching the movie for the first time, and they were just like, there would just be chunks of the movie where they're just sitting there and they just get quiet. They're like, hey guys, we're supposed to say something. And then someone will be like, how are we supposed to say something? We weren't there on set these days. We didn't film these scenes. We're not even in this. This is the first time we're seeing it. What do you want us to talk about? And then they just started sharing stories about how Chris Evans gets drunk and has a Bostonian accent. It's the most glorious commentary. It's the most chaotic, unorganized thing. But it's beautiful. And it's like, the movie did not need 3 commentaries, but I'm glad they made that third one because it was the most fun by far.
All right, Jerry, you got a commentary? Commentaries?
I was thinking about it. I want to say the Project A-ko one. On the Blu-ray for Project A-ko, there's a commentary track by the original 3 voice actors for A-ko, B-ko, and C-ko. B-ko way before she passed, so that's kind of a nice thing. It's kind of cool because they actually talk about the behind the scenes of like not only what was going on while filming, but like what was going on in Japan at the time during those years. So
like good historical context stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the one I remember, like, oh my god, it's horrible. But the first Captain America Blu-ray had a commentary, and it was just them talking about the effects. I was like, man, could you talk about the story or the writing here? No, just the effects. Oh, all right.
You know what's the worst commentary was Taika Waititi's commentary for Thor: Love and Thunder, because his kids they filmed it like during COVID lockdowns and stuff, and like his kids kept interrupting him the whole time, and it's like his train of thought just kept drifting into the distance, and it was just 2 hours of word salad. It had nothing going for it, which is really sad.
I'll tell you one of my favorite commentaries is, I believe it's one of Media Blaster's commentaries. What they did was I think it was Media Blasters. I feel like it was Media Blasters. They released I think Matango in its original form with its English dub intact when they were doing, what was it, Tokyo Pop or whatever, right? Soundout? That was still Media Blasters, right?
Yeah.
So they released Matango, and I forget, they got one of the guys that do usually the kaiju like books and all that stuff. It wasn't Ragone. It was one of the other ones, like Rothfeld or Jagweski or whatever they were, you know. And what they did was they had them in a sit-down interview room with a translator, and with them was actually Akira Kubo, who was the male, you know, pretty boy lead of the film, essentially. Like, they marketed him as, like, you know, your main character, and he's the narrator of the film. And so what they did was they put the film on, I believe you have an option to watch it subbed or dubbed with the commentary, from what I recall. And so if you watch it, the best thing you should do is try to watch it with the dub. I think if I'm misremembering, I apologize. But if you can watch it with the dub with the commentary, it makes it a lot easier, because if you're watching it with the sub, there are some points where even though they had the translator there talking, they would still put like subtitles on there, because I think the translator had an accent, so they wanted to make sure you could tell. So sometimes the subtitles looked like they were blurring into each other from the film to the dialogue, if I recall. Because I remember watching it a couple of times, and they were always late nights when I was watching it. But the interesting thing about it was this was one of those rare times where with an international film, you have a translator, one of its stars or some of its stars, with you know, an actual historian of the film and other stuff that knew what the hell was going on. Because one, he told Kubo how Matango is actually based on a short story, and that his character is based on the narrator telling the events, but you actually see the events. And another interesting thing was when Kubo was talking about the guy that Godzilla killed in Godzilla vs. Ghidorah in '92. You know, the guy who helped them get the sub to nuke Godzilla, the original guy who was the commander of Planet X. Kubo just goes on a tangent on how that guy was a huge UFO enthusiast, where when they would go out filming, they would star watch all night long. And Kubo would be sitting there with him going, "You really believe these UFOs exist?" And be like, "Bro, they exist. I see them every night, man. You just gotta watch the stars." And Kubo would just sit there with a cigarette and beer in hand going, "Bro, I don't think there's anything. I'm retiring for the night." "Well, screw you, man." Like he literally is telling the story about how they would watch UFOs, and him and that guy would just be watching UFOs, and he just went on a whole tangent saying, "Yeah, so when we were filming this on this small little vacation resort island off of Okinawa or whatever, he had us all out there.
That's
Pissed
hilarious.
off everyone, and I was the only one who wanted to sit there with him all night, just because I was getting drunk and smoking a cigarette. Like he was just like, I just took long. It was like that was like one of the things I found funny was when Kubo was talking about it, and then when they were talking to Kubo was like, "Yeah, man. When they made this film, I thought me and Kumi Mizuno were gonna play against each other, and then they have her be in this and like you could tell if you know Japanese. He straight up said her character was a blanking bitch, and the translator's like, "I would not like to really translate it, but it rhymes with witch." I'm just hysterical.
It rhymes with witch. Oh my gosh.
But it was just funny hearing this commentary, because there were points where like he would actually talk about the ins and out of the film, but then he would just be talking about hanging out with the actors, whether making that movie or making other movies, because once you were signed to Toho back in the day, up until like 1980 something, you were like locked in that you could only work at like Toho.
Yeah.
Because they played by like old school contracts.
Old studio rules, yeah.
Like, where they were like locked to a studio. Because Kubo was set, because there was a few questions that weren't 100% on Matango itself, but there were like some loose questions, like, you worked with Kumi Mizuno for multiple kaiju movies, and he was like, "Oh, like Latitude Zero was one of our first breakout things," which, not Latitude Zero, Gorath, and at the time when I first saw that, I was like, "Oh man, Soundout, you and me need to watch Gorath one of these days."
Yeah.
And you and me decided to watch Gorath,
And then we wanted to kill ourselves.
Yeah, we were like, this is a great film, but man, it was boring as hell.
We were like,
Remember
I think it was a classic. Like, this is well made. I was bored the entire time.
Yeah, dude, remember the best part of the movie where we marked out like it was like the actual kaiju appearing and it was the most. Remember, he's like,
Yep.
oh, your boyfriend? Well, he's dead, just like this picture, and he throws the picture out the window, and you and me were just I wish
That
we
was too
recorded
good.
that moment of you and me cracking up at like what was it, 4 in the morning?
Because I was trying to squeeze all those damn movies in before that. I had the timeline.
Oh
right?
no, it wasn't. No, this was not the timeline.
Oh, was that the timeline time? It was another time.
No, this was not the time when you got addicted to Manila.
Oh god.
No.
Yeah.
What happened was when we watched Gorath. What happened was the 4K or the Blu-ray had came out in Japan. Ozard or Ultrazilla ripped it.
Mm-hmm.
Found the original like dub and subs. Laced the film to work perfectly, and so like you and me found that as well as like the high restoration rips of Atragon, and you hadn't seen Atragon yet, and you hadn't seen Gorath, so you and me decided to watch Gorath and that. Cause I think we were also reviewing it for Hero Club Weekly, so you and me just decided let's watch both of them right now at like 2 in the morning to 5 in the morning.
Yep.
And since I saw Atragon, I was like, Soundout, you're gonna love this film, which you did. Then we started watching Gorath, and we were like, holy shit, this is...
Throw me out the window, too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no,
That was...
Yeah, good times. All right, we should wrap up, because I think it's time to wrap up. What were we at? Oh, there was one other comment. Infinite said, hypothetical question, if you went to sleep and woke up the next day as a Thanagarian, what would you do? I would fly. It'd be nice. Take off.
I would use my big meaty legs.
Flex your thighs and fly.
Flex thighs. Take off. Fly away. Be gone. Good times. All right. Well, you guys want to plug anything? You don't have to if you don't want to.
Well,
I have something tomorrow.
Well, I might stream tomorrow, and if I do, it's on twitch.tv/fightercouch with Soundout. Maybe.
Yeah, and if you give him a follow, you'll know if he's streaming or not. I just hit my knee.
Media. I also do what Dark Claw does. If you want commissions or whatever, hit me up. Boy, do I need it.
Hit up
but if not, I'll announce it on social media as well because I don't know what the temperatures are going to be like tomorrow. It could be unbearable. It could be okay.
Just wait and see. I'm going to spend the early part of tomorrow knocking out this week's videos so I can take some time off from video making so I don't die.
Yeah.
I've been saying the word dying a lot today. I don't know why. I think I'm just a little tired. All right. Anyways, anything else, Wheels? We already promoted your stuff, so...
Yeah, you gotta go check out our awesome website, hero-club.com. Follow us across social media using Hero Club for life. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitch.tv. Stream Wednesdays and Fridays at 9 p.m. Eastern. Woo!
Yeah! And, like I said, easier videos this week for me to make, so chill week. Next week, Fantastic Four week. All good. Have fun. Enjoy your week, and we'll see you next time.